Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
All of the above. But at the end of the day, exactly what I told the guys in the locker room, that starts with me. Having ownership as a coach, as a leader, that we have to be better. And I got to hold our guys more accountable. I got to hold myself more accountable. That standard in which we played with tonight is not us.
Seems like several games on the road have been folded similarly lately. How do you feel this?
Keep working. Keep our heads down, keep working, go back and see where we can make adjustments. But the first order of business for us is we got to play harder.
We talked about just the importance of these games. To come out of the All-Star, but you said the urgency isn't there. What's your response to that? Just how important these games are.
We didn't have it tonight, so my response is exactly how I started the conversation. It starts with me. I got to go back, look myself in the mirror as a coach, as a leader, and raise the level of our team. And our players would do the same. They kicked our butts. Absolutely. They made shots early. It demoralized us. We hung our heads. We moped. We pouted. And they just ran the ball down the floor and made more shots. Yeah. Well, the beauty in our guys is we just met as a team and talked for a few minutes, and nobody pointed the finger at each other. They all started with themselves. I started with myself. We know we have to be better. We know we can be better. There's plenty of time left, but we don't want to look back and leave anything for chance. And right now, like I said earlier in my pregame press conferences, it starts with our sense of urgency. It starts with just playing hard, and we haven't been doing that lately or consistently. It was. Yeah, it was. couple of our leaders spoke up, and we'll continue to have these talks. Go back, like I said, watch the tape, see where we can get better, and then we have to transition that onto the floor, and that's the area that we haven't been holding ourselves accountable of doing. It's extremely important. It's easy to lose the way we did tonight and go back and blame other people, but that's what makes our guys special. If they don't do that, I don't do it, and we're in it together. So we'll figure it out. We've been here before. Yeah. I got to be willing to be uncomfortable holding our group accountable, and I got to do it consistently. And I can't let slippage, which is happening right now with our group, be the reason that we don't go out and play to our best effort. And no matter if we're on the road, coming back from the break, we can have all these built-in excuses. But the fact of the matter is, this is a big boy league. We got to show up. We didn't show up tonight.
Your voice is especially important to a team where you don't have a whole lot of outspoken guys, boisterous guys. You think it's important for your voice to be heard during times like this?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think the guys, they need to know first and foremost, I'm looking myself in the mirror too, and I'm not walking in the locker room just pointing a finger at them. We're in it together, like I said, and we'll figure it out. All right.
For all things Pelicans, now tuned into the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of the show. Not a very happy Pelican Post Game Report, but guys, we here for some answers, man, and we're gonna talk it out today. This one's called Pelicans Stomped by the Knickerbockers, 128-106. They're now losers of 3 straight. We up in this thing. Shout out to the fan. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to do us a service. Number one, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed. It helps us out a lot. I'm Big Q, got my co-host DC. We up in this joint. Recapping this one, man, 128-106. Pelicans go down in flames in New York. Not looking good. DC, we're going to talk about it, bro. Slow starts. Pelicans just were out of this thing, man, early, man. So we'll cover more of this on the Pelican Post Game Report today. Let's get it going, brother.
Yeah, what's up, family? Appreciate that super chat or the donation from my man Aramis, and was actually reading his points, man. I thought that was an excellent way to open the show.
Yes,
with that up there, because he had some very valid points, man, and speaks a lot to what's going on. But I hate to say it, Q, and I told you this during the production meeting, bro.
Don't say it.
And I remember, was it the Lakers game? I think they had David Griffin up there, and he talked about accountability. Then I heard Willie champion what he said on the sideline in the timeout speech. And I'd be damned, bro, if he wasn't right, bro. Because it's like, but more or less, it's really on coach. And I feel a little better hearing him take the accountability and say that it's on him. Because if you say we got to come out and start fast, right? And then these guys come out and they start slow again, man, you got to start sitting people down. You got to sit people down that feel like they're the reason for you starting slow, regardless of their status, their money, how good they are. I mean, it's not like you benching them forever, but this is what we see really good and great coaches do. They'll change their whole complete lineup, man, to get some energy. And it was a very huge red flag to me. You see a guy like Kyra, even though it was in garbage minutes, he comes out and he gives you 2 threes. Did we have anybody other than maybe Josh Richardson that hit 2 threes this game? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't he get a chance? And when the fourth quarter, you're down by 30. Like, why are starters still in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? They had a possession, man. BI, I think he drove, he kind of jumped in the air, and he kicks it to Jonas Valanciunas, and they got three damn Pelicans right there with him. Like, what the hell is this? It's just we discombobulated, man. We're messing up on our sets because I don't think that cannot be the design of the play, right? For you to have BI drive and there's nobody on the right side of the court. Uh, I saw it on live, but I also saw other people noticing it on Twitter. And it's just ridiculous. A lot of stuff that we got to deal with as far as these rotations when things aren't working and just the effort that the guys had to start the game because I don't think they quit little too what do you call it too little too late. I mean they did a good job at keeping it to about 20 points there for a while. They weren't allowing the lead to increase at points in the game. I mean you get your points for that? Hell no. But this is probably the most embarrassing, I think, worst loss of the season because to get blowed out right now with everything that's on the line just can't happen. And I see Jay Black, he said no power forward. Well, that's Willis' fault, bro, because you could have easily put Jackson Hayes at power forward. Or you can try Willie there or something. We can go big, man. We did it last year and it worked, so why not try that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense and it's inexcusable because it's too many simple mistakes and just simple issues that are piling up to have these type of outcomes.
Yeah, this is very, very concerning, man. At this point, you can't really say fatigue is a part of this thing now because they're coming off the All-Star break. They ended the All-Star break going into it with a loss, come out of it with 2 straight losses. Now we on a 3-game slide in the Western Conference in an area of the season when losing streaks are not beneficial for you whatsoever. Shout out to Ramus Jones. Shout out to you. Thank you for your multiple super chats, bro. I'm gonna go through every last one of them. It says disappointed is an understatement of what he's saying. The second one says, and another, if I don't stop seeing so many switches each and every game, this game
it would definitely over and over.
This game looked like our first game versus Indiana. We keep switching and letting these teams look like the Warriors with these threes. And the Knicks ain't even a good 3. They like what, middle? Like
they're bottom 5, man. They ain't even middle of the pack. They bottom 5, bro.
I don't get it. They
had so many open 3-point shots, Big Q.
Yeah, I seen
and
that.
We had so many 3-point air balls.
Yeah. And another one, his third one says these rotations were embarrassing. We need to learn how to ice instead of switch everything, especially when we keep over helping on the defensive end. It does more harm than good because it gives up the open threes, as we've seen tonight. Very clear on that one. And then another one by Brother Aramus says the last poignant point, we can score all the points in the world. Doesn't mean anything if we don't play defense. Offense gives you leads. Defense is what keeps and sustains it. Thank you, Brother Ramus. Sound like you could be a coach at some level there, my friend. Thank you for your super chats and great commentary on the Pelicans and what they're doing, man, because, yeah, the Knicks ain't even a 3-point team, but you can look at the statistics and see, and you don't even have to look at the stats. You watch the game, you can see that the Pelicans just they didn't show up for this one, man. Talking about slow starts, just everything. Let's get into the team statistics, DC, so we can get on in through this one. Pelicans 40 of 102 from the field for 39.2%. They were a miserable stinking 8 of 38 from downtown for 21.1%. That was horrible. 18 of 21 from the charity stripe for almost 86%. The Knicks 45 of 88 for 51.1%, shot over 50% from the field and almost 40% from downtown. 19 of 48. The Knicks lit the Pelicans up. And then, of course, from the foul line, they were 19 of 23 for 82.6%. Out-rebounded the Pelicans 54-39 on that end. They had 43 defensive rebounds versus the Pels 26. Pelicans 25-24 on the assist game, 11-1 on the steals, blocks, 7-0 Knicks. And of course, the turnovers. Knicks had 19 turnovers with 17
That is
points off.
crazy.
And then they had 7. Pelicans only 7 turnovers with 10
Wow.
points off. 13 all with the fast breaks, and of course 46 to 44 points in the paint. So 32 points was the largest lead they have. Of course, we know the Pelicans never led at all through this entire game. Team stats, DC, what you got?
19 turnovers, man, and we lose this game. And to me, that shows that either the Knicks were playing phenomenal defense, you know what I'm saying?
Knicks
For
had
them to have 19, for them to surrender 19 turnovers
Hey,
and to win by 30, you know what I'm saying? Or we just had atrocious offense, man, because it goes back with the rebounds too. You see, they had 54 rebounds and we had 39, and we had more offensive rebounds than them. We couldn't get quality possessions on the offensive end, man. Couldn't get anything easy. Everything seemed so difficult on the offensive end. Even when we scored, there was a lot of isolation stuff. You would have times when we're actually kicking the ball around, it touches more hands and you have a solid, set. But a lot of it was just difficult to generate offense, man. You had BI having an off night, taking a bunch of tough shots. All of his shots were tough. CJ McCollum as well. He was shooting like he was hot, but he not tonight. And it shows up in those two stats to me, man. Looking at the rebounds and the turnovers, because how many times can you say that you only gave up 7 turnovers and you forced the other team into 19 turnovers and you lost by 30? You know what I'm saying? Like, just complete and utter domination by the Knicks on the offensive end. And I guess we could say they played some solid defense too, because can't act like the Pels missing shots is just all on them. I mean, ultimately it is, but the Knicks had something to do with that as well. So shows up in those two stat lines right there to me.
Yeah, man, you ain't kidding, man. A lot of this stuff that's going on with the Pelicans, man, it's just, I mean, the family members are calling it. And we talked about this before on the last stream, man. We kind of called out the Pelicans of what they were doing, man. Can I tell y'all, man, about this that we haven't seen before, man? And of course, at some point in the season, and I do think a portion of the game, man, is the fact that the Pelicans, they are kind of getting those instructions, DC, are getting kind of stale from Coach Willie, man. A lot of people are starting to see that, man. So Coach Willie's got to figure out a way to how to change things up. Let's get into the individual statistics. In this one, the top scorer for the team, 19 points from BI in 36 minutes. He was 7 of 22 from the field, 1 of 6 from downtown, 19 points, 4 boards, 3 assists from him, 16 from J. Rich in 34 minutes of action, 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown, 16 points, 4 steals, 4 assists, and a couple of rebounds by J. Rich in the starting lineup, 13 from CJ McCollum in 34 minutes, 6 of 19 from the field, a miserable stinking 1 of 9 from the downtown. Wow. It's just awful. Now, I ain't gonna even talk about the plus minus, all of it. It was just horrible. 13 from C-Mac in the game, 14 assists and 2 rebounds, 12 from Valanciunas in 32 minutes, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw. He finished with a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and a couple of assists from Big V. Herb had 6 points in 13 minutes of action in the game. And of course, you go to the bench to get your next score, which would be Trey Murphy in 27 minutes. Trey had 11 points and 4 of 9 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown. It just wasn't cooking for the Pelicans from long range. 11 points for them, 8 from KLJ in 4 minutes. 6 from Jose Alvarado in 16 minutes, 9 from Billy Hernan Gomez in 11 minutes. And of course, some of our stalwarts off the bench didn't produce very well either in the matchup. And even Dyson Daniels had an opportunity, DC, to hit the ground with 4 minutes. 4 minutes, not really nothing shaking for him. So it was good to see him back in action. That's a positive. But outside of that, man, not much else to talk about from our Pels on that side of the thing, while the Knicks put up 3 20-point scores, at least 20-point scores in the starting lineup. We talked about the guys in the preview stream that would give you problem. And guess what? They're the ones that kind of helped out that situation. 25 from RJ Barrett in the game, 28 from Randle, and then 20 from Jay Brunson. He handled his business as well. 15 off the bench from Josh Hart got going.
We held Mitchell Robinson to 11. I guess that's
there you go. And then of course IQ had 13 points for them as well. So regardless of not what happened, this was just a whomping, man. They just kicked the piss out the Pelicans in this one, and it's just what it is, man. Terrible, very terrible. Brother Thomas says, I'm not sure who's in charge of our offense and defensive schemes, but it don't work, and it hasn't worked for a while now. But we're still trying to force a circle into a square hole, and usually when that happens,
you can't switch everything. No, Thomas, in the middle of the season. No.
I mean, you're gonna have to do something, DC. I understand the family members are saying, and you said this not too long ago, is that you're gonna have to do something else, and they got to strike a fire up under this team. If guys are not playing the way they're supposed to, Coach Willie is gonna have to pull these guys out and put people in there. We talked about that the last time. We said that. We said that when we had this other stuff that happened in the previous matchup against the who was it? Who we just
Toronto.
Yeah, the Raptors coming out the All-Star break when the Raptors handed to them. And then, of course, DC set up in and said that the Pelicans are a better team than the New York Knicks. Well, it didn't.
Am I wrong?
I mean, yeah, you're wrong. You are wrong, sir, because
man, you sound like Charleston White. No.
Well, you got to listen exactly, because the Knicks have a better record than you do. The Knicks are playing better than you are. And yes, they are a better team than you. So we keep losing to the teams that we're supposed to beat is what I'm saying. And that means that you're not better than those teams. You're not. You're not playing better than this team. This was a horrible effort by Coach Willie. And, of course, they come home against the Orlando Magic, another team that beat them earlier in the season. What do the Pelicans have to do to get it right? Well, I don't think Coach Willie knows that. He has to switch up his lineups. He got to put guys in there. He got to do some new stuff, man. You don't have to switch up everything, but a lot of this has to change if they're going to compete. You can't have another 10-game slide at this section of the season, man. You can't. You're 3 games and you're sliding down the Western Conference Finals right now. This is the standings right here, family. The Pelicans are now number 10 in the Western Conference race, so they're amongst the bottom of the play-in teams right now. So. Yeah, and of course, you look at it, you might see the Pelicans are 4 or 5 games out of getting into the top 3 or 4 in the West, but the way they're playing, they're going to fall. They're going to keep falling if they don't fix it. And they got Orlando, and people going to say, Q, we're going to beat Orlando. I'm not so certain on that, man. Orlando's a difficult team for the Pelicans to play against, and the Pelicans are not exhuming with confidence right now. So they got to switch it up, and I do think they have talent. It's just whatever's going on, they're going to have what you will call a come to Jesus moment to find out what they need to do about this whole thing and switch it around, man. But we've been saying a lot of stuff. If guys don't want to step up and play the way, you got to move them out and put other guys in. You got to do something, man. You got to light a fire under these guys, because Willie's message appears to be stale. All right, DC, I'm going to go ahead on, bro, and pick some of these dudes, bro. I know you won't talk about some of them. I don't know what
first off, I want to so I was looking at Thomas's reply, but Youngblood right under there. I just want to reply to that. He said, why do you think Willie chose
to
pull Trey out of the starting lineup? Was he part of the problem? According to Willie, he actually made a comment on this. I think that was maybe the pregame today speech. I'm not sure, or was it the postgame yesterday? I don't remember. But he said that he wanted to get somebody out there that kind of could do a little more, and he basically took a shot at Trey's just inability to things that he couldn't do, but he knew that Trey could score. So I'm guessing like maybe his basketball IQ. He's saying Josh Richardson is a lot smarter, and I guess he holds Herb in that same esteem. So he thought he could put Trey with the second unit to allow him to help generate points with the second unit, because we didn't have any score on the second unit unless we stagger BI or CJ. So the way he explained it, and then he said Trey's minutes wasn't going to change. Like he still was going to consistently get 25, 27 something minutes, almost starter minutes. And the adjustment was, I guess, for the purposes of the betterment of the team, so to speak. So that's what Coach said on that. But as far as these players, Q, I mean, the only ones I want to talk about is Kyra Lewis and Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels wasn't hurt, and he got pretty much no minutes. Like, let's say if this game was close, he wouldn't have played at all. I don't understand that. I don't understand Kyra not getting no minutes,
And DC,
especially in
these
this
guys only
game
got
with the way
minutes,
they
bro.
was getting their ass kicked.
DC, they only got minutes, bro, because the game was out of hand. You know that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they didn't get minutes earlier in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't
4
understand
minutes,
why
got
they
8
got
points.
minutes.
He got 4. He had 4 minutes, got 8 points.
Kyra went out there and hit 2 3-pointers, man, and I think he did that on purpose to show Coach, hey, did you say you want to shoot more 3-pointers? You want us to shoot more
Well,
3-pointers? You want us to make more, huh?
well, wasn't
Let
you
me go hit
just
2.
wasn't it you that just said
He hit the
that?
most 3-pointers in the game, other than Josh Richardson, dog. He played 4 minutes.
Right, but wasn't you the one that just said that the reason why Murphy's not in the starting lineup is because he didn't have enough scoring off the bench?
I didn't say it worked. I just said that's what Coach said.
I hear you.
Young blood asked why.
I'm
Why
hearing
did
you
Willie choose to
validate
do
that.
that? So that's what I was saying.
Because listen, with Trey Murphy, the last several games when Willie did put Trey Murphy in the game, he disappeared. Remember,
He
we had
did.
this discussion about this passive and aggressive
Very.
mentality that Trey Murphy had. We talked about this in the prior streams. Is that some games he has attack dog mentality, and other times he wants to hide, like he wants to hide within the game. And you can't have that. We need, and we
I
kept
think he doesn't want to step on toes, man.
hell with
He's
that,
out there
man.
with CJ and BI,
Man,
and he don't want to take too many shots. I
hell
think
with
it's
that.
kind of that thing. Like, he probably looks up to those guys. He got to get over that shit though. But
But this is the thing,
that's
though.
kind of what it feels like to me.
But who else you got off the bench? That I don't totally buy that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling Willie a liar or anything. What I'm saying is that you have other guys off the bench that can give you points. You have some offensively talented guys on there. KLJ is one of them. We know that Jose Alvarado is a guy that can help you out there as well. So the Pelicans do have some guys that come off the bench that can help them not only with defense, but give them some points as well. So it ain't all tied to the offense. A lot of it is problems with the defense. The Pelicans defense just is not looking very good. They're not looking very good. Like we watched in the game tonight, a lot of wide open 3-pointers by the Knicks, man. And it was like
Well, I can attest to that too, because I happened to listen to Coach pregame, and he was preaching that in the Toronto game, guys didn't help enough, right? When the guys get in the post or get in the paint, we didn't have enough guys helping when somebody's getting back down and stuff like that. I guess alluding to the domination of Pirtle as well, of guys boxing out. So they to me it looked like they were over helping. So as soon as the Knicks passed the ball 2 or 3 times, wide open shooter, you know. So they got a bevy of open 3-point shots, and then you got to understand that the Knicks are, what did I say, bottom 5 in 3-point shooting. So
I deny.
I don't think the Pels anticipated on them shooting as well as they did. They took 48 3-point shots, man, and made 19 of them. I don't think Coach anticipated on that, so they kind of gambled, I'm guessing, on shutting down the paint, because we got dominated in the paint last game, right? We got killed
What
on the
part of the game?
glass.
DC,
So
what part of the game, when you seen that wasn't a viable strategy, what part of the game mean that you didn't adjust?
I would say maybe about
You ain't
the
worry about the
middle,
paint now.
the
Let's go.
middle,
I run them off the
kind of right after the beginning of the second quarter. It's like, all right, we need to go away from that. Julius Randle came out that first quarter. He hit probably 3-pointers, and that strategy looking a little iffy. But hey, maybe he'll calm down. Maybe it's just beginner's luck, and they kept hitting him. Q.
Yes.
So I'm saying by the third quarter, man. Not the third, the second quarter, the end of the first quarter. If you want to try to ride that out, and you got your little break at the second quarter, you should have went back with a different strategy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna allow y'all to keep doing that. Yeah, we did that for the first quarter. We done got behind already. We can't keep doing the same thing, and we stuck to that shit for the whole game.
it's
You
terrible,
know,
man.
but
Terrible.
nonetheless, we know our coaches their flaws, and they've been slow to adjust. So a lot of times at halftime they make good adjustments, like at halftime, but they don't make very good in quarter adjustments or quarter to quarter adjustments. It's usually we get a major adjustment at halftime, and they kind of fix up some things, and it's like, okay, we put our seatbelts on, and here we go. Pelicans gonna make a game out of this, even though we were down 10 or 15. But anytime the Pels get out to a slow start, man, it's a loss. So I'm
Yeah.
with you saying the first quarter, or anybody who saw somebody put first quarter in the chat. I get that, because if we lose that first quarter, it's a loss for us. I don't. We never come back after we get off to a slow start. Now we didn't been even with teams, and we've been leading and all of that, and the team may take off in the second or third quarter, and we can come back and win the game. But when we start that first quarter, man, and we get behind the eight ball, it's a loss every time. So my standpoint is knowing this is an issue for my team. If I come out there, I don't care why we get off to a slow start. We get off to a slow start. I'm pulling guys who I feel are responsible for us getting off to that slow start, and I'm plugging somebody else in, even if it's a guy I don't normally play. What would Popovich do, man? You know, you think a lot of these other good coaches around the league are gonna do that? Just ride with their guys the whole time, even though it's ineffective. So we got to get over the stubbornness of keep trying to do the same thing even though it ain't working. We got to get over
All right. Shout out to Thomas. He says we turned around last year by going big with Jackson Jonas. And Jonas, we might have to go back to that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes seems to not have a spot. I mean, we don't see him often anymore. I
Jackson
don't know.
Hayes is gone. He knows he's gone, and he's probably acting out, or just kind of don't give a shit because he out of here. Just seem I don't know. I'm not saying I heard that, but I don't know what it could be, because you can use an athletic big that has the ability to play some defense. We know Jax can do that. So why don't we ever use him?
I don't
Especially in
know.
a game like Toronto when they were killing
Barrett,
us.
yeah,
Why don't we throw Jax out there?
he got him Barrett on that depth chart, man. You'll see Willie before you see him. Thank you, Thomas. Shout out to brother Ramus once again for another one. He said, I think one of the evident points in these recent games is Willie's coaching isn't resonating like the team within the team anymore. They're playing the beginning of games when shots aren't falling like they're already lost and stop playing D. Is that and that's a great thank you, bro, for that.
Aramis, you feel like you see that all the time? I definitely saw that this game. I don't think that's the case all the time. It was this game. They
I'm
hung their
speaking
head
about
when
the
they hit them
mentality
shots.
where all of this losing is born out of. You yourself just said, and you're right on your analysis, that the Pelicans struggling, they struggle to win games when they lose the first quarter, when they have these slow,
It's over.
garbage ass starts. That's
You
mental.
turn it off.
Right, that's mental. I mean, if you coming out that way and you having that issue, that ties into the mentality of the team. They got to shake it up. So, he has to some kind of way break that. And remember when we had the injuries mountain, and then prior to that, when we was on a 10-game losing streak in January, we were losing these. We'll lose one quarter, and it was the ugly monster quarter, which would a stealth losing quarter, which would kind of gyrate.
Wasn't the first quarter though, bro.
Well, I mean, originally it would be first quarter, or it might be the second quarter, or it might be the third coming out of the break, or then it would fluctuate in the 10-game losing streak. Now it situated itself to the first quarter at the start of the game.
Well, we had one good quarter this game, and we had 3 bad quarters, so it's kind of reversed.
Well, I mean, regardless of not, DC, you got that dub. Collect that dub, baby. because that's what the Pelicans had. You had an ugly ass quarter to start off the game when you lost 42-26. That killed you right there. And then
Unless you're the
this is
2004 Detroit Pistons, man, you're not gonna win scoring 45 points in one half and 52 in the other. It's just you're not gonna win like that. It's the Pels, bro.
And like I said, they got to figure a way out now. And Willie's got this is a big challenge for him, man, because the pressure's building, man. You're in the push for the playoffs, as I call it. It's time to go. You got to figure it out. All right, let's move on to the next one, fam. This is the next one. We got the Orlando Magic, and people saying, "Q, we gonna get this. We about to break the 3-game losing streak." Before you say that, remember the
beat
Magic?
Orlando in a while, man.
Yeah, they
Orlando
beat the Magic.
been garbage and still beat us.
Yeah, right. They beat the Pelicans 123-110. This was back in January that they handled up on the Pels, late January. Made it look real good, like they was ready to make a jump. And right now, this team is 25-36 right now. They 10-20 on the road. The Pelicans come back to the Smoothie King Center. The Pelicans are 30-31. They're 20-10 at home. So a lot of people thinking and hoping that this could be what the Pelicans need to kind of turn things around. A little home cooking. But the matchup indicators, you can see DC got the Pelicans winning this one 64.1% versus just about 36% for the Magic. But you see Paolo is the dude right there, the top scorer for them, as well as everything else. So there you go.
Showtime at the Apollo, huh?
Yeah, at the Apollo. Yeah, that's right. And then, of course, the top scores for the Pelicans is BI. It's not CJ, but it's BI is the top scorer for the team. Valanciunas is the top rebounder, and CJ is the top assist man. And of course, you look at the short injury list the Pelicans currently have. They got Jonathan Isaac, and Magic does a day-to-day, and Larry Nance listed there as day-to-day as well. And the Pelicans 3-game losing streak for this one, and the Magic coming in here to see if they can kind of try to make some moves here and feeling pretty confident against the Pelicans. Here go they depth chart right here, family. Got it up on the screen. Markel Fultz is there with Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Paolo, Wendell, and Wendell always kind of give the Pelicans problems. And then off the bench, DC's distant cousin Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Bobo's there, and Franz's brother Mo Wagner is off the bench. And remember, we always have problems with this team. They're a long team. They're exciting. They don't know how to win, but they are beating some good teams in the NBA this season. But they're not totally there. They need some more seasoning, so to speak, a couple of more years of playing together to figure out. They definitely have the talent to compete. They got some really good players there. But the Pelicans, they have, and once again, here we go. DC, I'm gonna say it. Are the Pelicans better than the Orlando Magic? DC is gonna say yes, they are better than the Orlando Magic. All right, so DC proved to me.
You gonna say what? Go ahead and say what you're going to say, since you already know what I'm going to say.
I'm going to say this. DC, is the fact that I want you to explain to the family members.
Let's do it in reverse. Go ahead and say what you're going to say after I say they're good.
I'm saying you're going to just say what you say, which is they're bad. You said that the last 2 games and we got L. So this might be a bad sign. Maybe you should
it's
stop
the era of the prequels, man. Go ahead and do a prequel.
Maybe you need to stop saying it. You're jinxing us over here with that.
Well, matter of fact, you know what you do, man? Go ahead and read off the super chats, because Aramis got a lot on his mind, and Brother Thomas deserves some input too, and then we'll answer that.
I'm lost. What was the last one here?
Aramis,
what's
right now, man.
I feel like, is this the last one right here?
There you go. I'll put it up there for you.
Okay, there you go. I feel like it's been something that's been building. It's not always, but you see it when you were losing. It's kind of like one ear out the other type of thing. Like Willie will try to motivate, but the team isn't listening. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. That's I think his message is definitely souring to a degree. It really is. And he has to, like, remember in the playoff game when Willie got out of character and was like, he called himself, he's about to
fight.
You got to effing fight. And that shocked CJ because, thanks to Zion Williamson, that's how we knew who he was talking to. Zion Williamson actually, let us know, because I didn't know that. He was talking to CJ. And CJ exalted CJ in doing that. Because I was like, I thought he was just talking to the team. But Willie directed that at CJ. Thanks to Zion in the press conference, we wouldn't have known that. But that, you got to effing
CJ responded too.
He responded. So he was out of character, and that jolted them into, making some things happen. So I agree, man. The Pelicans got to do something. Brother Thomas, y'all think Willie needs a good established ex-coach on the bench with him like a lot of other teams
Well,
have?
I just think we need to go ahead and send this Vincent Jet down to Cabo or wherever the hell Mike D'Antoni's at, kind of get him in the building.
Yeah.
And I think that could help tremendously with our offense.
Yeah, he's offense. That's all.
We need to get him off the phone and kind of get him in the building.
Yeah, well, that's offense. And who the Pelicans rely on defense and motivational speaking. I know Willie can talk him up
Willie
when
can do that.
yeah,
But
he can.
I think these guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
I'm saying I think you could use somebody else. Maybe bring somebody in that he knew to kind of how how Coach Payton used to do back in the day. He'll bring Avery Johnson in there to yell at him. He'll bring this guy in there or some guy. You're gonna need some help right there. You're gonna need somebody to kind of talk the team up, man, right now, because if they can't look at the standings, DC, and see they sliding out of this thing. They are on a 3-game losing streak. They're a game under 500 right now. They got a game home against the Orlando Magic, and they have to make every bit of these games count, which means what I'm saying is the room for error. We can't sit up here and just say, okay, we just got to hold it together until Zion gets back. That is not the answer. That's not the answer. You're going to have to win games, man. You got more than enough to win games. But go ahead, bro, before I get
well, we got to read Hermes' other super chat, though, man.
He said, not always evident, but you see it in most during our stretches of losses. I saw it during our game versus the Lakers, too. I feel like him as a coach, but they're not believing in this message. It's not hitting. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
Right.
I agree.
And, that kind of goes back to some stuff we used to say about the Saints. When you see the guys out there and they just imagine you playing, right? Or if any of us in the chat you play sports, right? And coach gives you a play that not gonna work. How much excitement and enthusiasm and energy do you go out there with to execute that play? Because you've already determined or you feel that it won't work because you don't have faith in what you're being told to do. And I think a lot of times it's not always motivation. Sometimes it could be strategy, or you could have in your head, man, we should do this, we should do that. But guys are good soldiers, and they're gonna do what they're supposed to do for the betterment of the team and not rock the boat. But it still shows up in your body language and your enthusiasm to be able to do so. It could be a situation like that, or it could just be, like we said, that the message is getting stale. And appreciate Aramis for all the super chats and the money, bro. Appreciate that. Helps a lot. And I got one more I want to add to it before we go ahead and move on to keep this rolling, because this is along the line how I know a lot of y'all feel like I'm a Dice reacher or whatever, but Dice is the only player we have on this team that is like a true natural point guard. The other guy, you was kind of say Jose a little bit. I agree with that too. But Dice, to me, and with his potential to actually be the starting point guard of this team, maybe you don't start him. You just came back from help, but I would like to see a lineup like that. Look how easy we score sometimes when he has the ball in his hands. It's almost an automatic 4 or 5 shots that he's going to get somebody really easy without driving or anything, just based off of his IQ, watching guys cut and just hitting them on time. You know what I'm saying? So, and he plays excellent defense. So we already got the issues with Herb, right? Josh Richardson is balling out. Throw Dice in that mix, man. Let him play with some of the scores in maybe not a starter lineup, but maybe he could be one of the second guys off the bench. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think that could be something that helps tremendously. And we also forget that when you put Dice next to BI, they damn near the same size. This dude is not small. So it gives you size, great defensive ability. If he has a wide open 3-pointer, I have no doubts about him knocking that down. He's not going to pull up in your face. Knock down wide open threes. You can't just leave him. You know what I'm saying? Not a major scoring threat, But I just think he gives you that other element of shooting, and you put him with some scores that helps the offense, and it doesn't take anything away from the defense. So saying all that, I was extremely pissed to not see him get any minutes really tonight other than those garbage time minutes, because I think he could help with some of the issues that we're having. You know, one of the smarter players on the team, basketball IQ wise, kind of reminds me of Lonzo Ball a little bit. And one thing we had when Lonzo Ball here and Alvin Gentry, as garbage as he was, we had no problem scoring the ball. We didn't see a lot of issues scoring until we went to the Stan Van Gundy thing. We blamed it all on Stan Van Gundy. And, you know, when Lonzo was out there, kind of worked. When he wasn't and the guys were getting hurt, obviously had issues. But I see a lot of people say with CJ as a 2. He is a 2. Think CJ can play the point guard spot, but for some reason to me, I don't know whether CJ's getting older. Maybe he's a little banged up, probably has multiple injuries. It's just too much to put on him right now. It's not working. We need to get our best players easy looks. And I think the best way to do that is not to take the ball out of their hands, but let them play off ball some and also have the ball on their hands. Make it less predictable, man. We're too predictable offensively. And some of our offensive inability, I think, spills over into our defensive woes, too.
Don't forget to throw effort in there, man. Not just effort and intelligence in
You
our
don't think
play.
they're giving effort? I think they're giving effort.
Yeah, ain't giving no good. Not the. I mean, what we're gonna differentiate what type of effort? I'm talking about smart, intelligent, good, positive.
Okay, I had that. You had the smart and intelligent, because I've seen a lot of idiots go around and give a bunch of effort and they don't get nothing accomplished. Not calling our players dumb, but
I'm not.
Effort alone ain't gonna do it.
When I talk about effort, I'm not talking about dumbass effort. I'm talking about only the positive effort. I'm talking about intelligent, positive effort that we got to play with for 4 quarters. We don't have to be perfect, but we got to out effort those guys. We can't allow them to be hitting wide open threes. And this team, I mean, they're still a professional team, even though they're a bottom 5 3-point shooting team. You don't give a pro team an opportunity to hit wide open 3-pointers, man. I mean, we got to do better than that, man. So, I mean, at this point of the season, I think a lot of people are looking at it saying, man, we're supposed to be a lot further along than where we are. You know, we only one player we really missing right now is Zion. And I'm saying that's, you know, you still have a very good team there. They're just not responding in the way that we want them to respond, which is getting freaking wins. Thomas says Coach Fred must have dropped Herb as the shooting student.
God damn, come on, man. Come on, Thomas. That's cold.
Nah, my thing is, man, you know, it's like I said, I gotta go back. When you see yourself struggling, you're looking for answers, you always go back to basics. That's what it is. And that's what Coach Willie's gonna do. When the team is struggling to figure out what's going on and they're losing games that they know they're not supposed to lose, they're gonna go back to the basics and see if are we following the basics? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Why are we doing?
Point 5 did disappear, in my opinion, Q. I don't even see point 5 no more. You know what I mean? So, are we following the basics?
No, you're losing. How you following the basics when you're losing? Unless the basic of garbage. Yeah, you following the basics, all right. But not anything in a positive fashion. That's most certainly not the case with our club. So indeed, man, I wouldn't say he dropped them. But you know that, like I said, we talked about this in the previous stream too, about Herb Jones in the 3-point shooting DC. You know, that's a mentality. Herb's not a guy that's known for shooting threes, but when he's still a professional, I know he's working with Coach Fred, or at least he needs to be working with Coach Fred to develop a better 3-point shot when he's wide open like that. And if he can't do that, at least get his midi game up or something, man.
He ain't got no confidence with it, man. Her first 3-pointer, probably like the last 3 games, has been a complete airball. So it's like it's a regression at this point with his 3-point shot. But I think, like you said, it's more mental than his actual ability to make them. Because Herb was to a point where, you know, the corner 3 balls, like he can knock those down. You know what I'm saying? He had knocked down a couple on the side right there. And
he
probably the one at the top of the key you would always miss. But
he
It's
claimed
like now, man, it's just uncomfortable
right.
for him to take it. Like he's thinking about it when he get the pass before he even shoot it, So
And that's the
I don't
shooter.
know if coach ain't running reps with him, but whatever they doing, if they are doing something, they might have to change it up because it ain't working.
It's shooters. Like if you're a shooter, you got a short memory. And Herb's memory ain't short enough, obviously, because when he
He got the memory of an elephant, from
yes,
Alabama.
that's exactly the case. Because when he clinging them off the side of the iron or they shooting air balls, he remembers those. He remembers those, and he don't put those up. He becomes self-checked from outside there. So to a
Kyra
degree,
don't remember him.
what
I say Kyra don't remember him.
man?
Yeah, elephant too.
That's the point. Because he's a shooter. He's used to shooting 3-pointers like that. Herb has to improve, man. But it's not just all on Herb, man. It's us as a team overall. The bench is simply not giving us enough. The rotations are not good. We're not playing smart. We're not, we're doing a lot of stuff that's really back ass right now. We got to fix it, man. That's why we're losing the teams we're supposed to beat. No way the Knicks should have lit us up for 40-something 5 or whatever the percentage was that they were shooting from tonight. That's no way that shouldn't have happened today. But the Pelicans finding ways to lose these games are really astounding, man. So they got to fix it, man, one way or the other. All right, so yes, indeed. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate you guys. Oh yeah, absolutely. I said it. It's a mental thing, man. And Willie has to find the answer to fixing it. Clint says, "I'm sorry to say that Herb might need to come off the bench, and that's my guys. Start Dyson and let CJ play his true position."
Okay, so I'm not the only one that felt that brother was that Marvin? I think Marvin said that. Thomas
Oh,
also agreed too. So yeah, man. I mean, at this point, I think it fits the narrative of going bigger too. You got Trey out there with him in that lineup. That's 6'10". You put that with Jonas, Bi, Dice, and CJ. But I guess it don't fit the narrative to be able to switch everything. So Coach Willie don't want to see that. So.
I mean, but moving Dyson Daniels into the starting lineup wouldn't be a bad bet because he plays well with those guys. He
We had an
brings,
excellent game when he
yeah,
was one of his first starts, man. I remember that
you
he
got a
had an
guy
offensive explosion that game.
yeah, because you got a guy that that's what he does. There's no pressure on him to. I mean, he situates everything. He sets the table.
Right.
He gets the guys the ball. He allows CJ to
Very
be
unselfish too.
comfortable, right? And he plays defense, lockdown defense that helps you. And he don't turn the ball over like that. Very disciplined player, So having Dyson Daniels in the starting lineup would definitely help. And of course, it would definitely make our backup 5 a lot better too when you have guys like Jay Rich coming off the bench with Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Larry Nance, Najee Marshall. I like the sound of that. I like that bench like that, or KLJ, whoever you got in there. But I like the bench. The bench becomes a lot better when he gets to the starting lineup. Everybody kind of situates and it becomes more relaxed. CJ don't have to worry about focus on holding or handling the ball as much. BI can become comfortable. So, it's cool when that happens. So, I mean, will Willie do it? He got to do something, man. He got to do something because they absolutely got to beat the Orlando Magic. We can't keep sliding on up out of here, man. We at number 10 right now. I think I showed the family members that. Thank you, brother. Amos says since Herb doesn't have the 3-shot, he should look at the play between Josh and JV. When Josh passed the ball to JV, then communicated he was cutting to the rim and got the one layup. Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate you that. Yeah, yeah, this is though, and man, it's just so much, man, that needs to happen with this club for real, man. They really do. They got to get this straight. Pelicans number 10 family. They're 30-31 right now, losers of 3 in a row. Right now in the West, they're in the play-in bracket of things. And of course, the Pelicans simply need to win 2 or maybe 4 games to get into the top 4. That's the good news, is that they're not out of the top 5 of the Western Conference if they can just start winning games. So hopefully they can start picking up wins and just start winning and not keep with these incessive losing streaks. So it's 2 out of the break, 1 prior to the break. It's 3-game losing streak just that fast. Pelicans got to get it together. All right, WB3 said the Pelicans are like a bad cow. Give a good, he says, give a good bucket
Give
of
them a
milk.
good bucket of milk,
Over.
and then kick it
All
over.
right. That is a bad cow. Bad cow. All right. And then Alexa says, Amherst, you own it tonight.
Yeah, Amherst is
Time
definitely on.
at you. Yeah. There you go. All right. So yeah, Sean, Sean here talking about his what's
Go
going on
ahead.
with our club. We still better than your club, Sean. So let's get that straight, man. We see
Sean,
what y'all
Sean ain't got a care in the world, man. This here blowing in the breeze. They trying to enter the Wembenyama
yeah,
sweepstakes.
you're not
So
gonna
you
get
can't
Wemby.
talk about winning no more for the rest of the year, Sean. Y'all
Yeah,
ain't even trying to win, bro. Y'all trying to lose on purpose.
it's not gonna happen, man.
You can't tell us nothing, man, on what to do right now. Wait till next year.
And that still ain't gonna help his ass next year either. We're
Boy,
gonna
they showed Wembenyama get back down by some European dude.
be
They
on, man.
dunked on him the other day.
Wembyama got to get some weight on his ass, man.
Yeah, he do all that offense. He ain't gonna play a lick of defense. He gotta be a help side defender. He ain't gonna be able to
Yeah,
play no goddamn
he
post
get
defense.
dunked on like
All
Kristaps
y'all
Porzingis.
dreams of him being Tim Duncan, if y'all do get him there, that shit ain't gonna work like that, player.
Oh man.
What
All
about this
right.
Magic game, though, man? We didn't really talk about that a lot,
Yeah,
Big Q. What do you think we would have to do to be able to beat the Magic?
man. Play good basketball. Stay fundamental. Move the ball around, hit wide open jump shots, play better defense. Fundamental stuff that we always talk about here. The Pelicans they're not doing that very well right now, DC. That's why we are losing some of these games. We're not playing very smart, intelligent basketball on the offense or defensive side of things. And we have to eliminate these slow starts too. We got to get out and we got to get out with some better energy to start the game, man. Pelicans starting some of these games that we losing with low energy, and then they trying to pick it up on the back end, and they spend the whole damn game chasing the team all around. Same thing with Toronto on the back end, where they would get close, and then Toronto would just say, "You thought you had me, huh?" And then they'll just knock down a three in your face or do something positive offensively speaking or defensively to keep extending out the lead. So it's like dangling the carrot in front of the Pelicans' face. So you think you got to have a little higher, that kind of stuff. So we have to come out. We got to play better, man. And that sounds cliche. It's like what Willie was saying. That was something Willie was saying, but he's telling you the truth. It's just getting them to understand that, man, because they've been hearing that practice after practice after practice. And if anything should jolt the Pelican players into understanding, hey, listen, this is the playoff push we plan for. If you want to climb into the top 5 and you want to have a better seeding in the playoffs, get up off your ass and start playing a more solid basketball for the sum of the game. Come on now, let's do this. We are professionals here. We got to handle the business. And the Coach Willie message going to get stale. It's 80-something damn games. He going to have to figure that out, man. He's still a young coach in this game, so it's a lot of stuff Willie got to figure out, bro. So he got to lean on some of them assistant coaches he had to give him some ideas, or he might have to leak back and try to talk to some people to find somewhere to motivate, bro. At the end of the day, that's all. That's the best I got. But the Magic game that's coming up, this should be a win for the Pelicans. And I know this is a bad matchup. Style make fights, like old boxing lingo. This is not stylistically a good matchup for the Pelicans. But what the hell with that, though? They got to handle the business stylistically or not. They got to beat the Orlando Magic, man. Come on, dude. If you can't, you got to handle your business at home against the Magic, bro. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We said we're supposed to beat Toronto. They didn't beat it. New York, they didn't beat it. If you can't beat the Magic, what can I tell you, brother?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, we still are in a good position to do exactly what we want. But to beat this Magic club, man, I think we're gonna have to do what a lot of family been saying. We have to flirt with the idea of going big. And I think it'll actually happen because coach will have to, because Larry Nance is hurt.
Yeah.
He banged up, I think, his knee, and it's a
we
sprain, and
need to
they're
sit
probably
him
gonna
down.
take it easy with him because we're gonna need Larry in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I think we can win without Larry. He definitely helps, but over these last 3 games or so, Larry hasn't been playing he ain't been playing all that well. Amazing efforts, gets some key rebounds at times. He does Larry things, but he just ain't been giving us those points he usually gives us. Like it was nothing for Larry to give you 12 points or
You're double
something
double
like.
yet.
He hasn't been really been doing that, man. I think he's been a little banged up, So and then he's in there. I see my brother with the soft store. He's saying we playing him with centers and they killing him. Jakob Poeltl was killing Larry last game. I mean, a lot of those points he was scored on Larry. JV actually was defending Poeltl pretty well. So we might actually have to go big to be able to beat this Orlando team. Looking at a guy like Frez Warner, they throw Bobo out there. Dude's damn near a 7-footer. If he ain't 7 foot, is Bobo 7 feet tall? He should be tall as his daddy was. But then you got Wendell Carter Jr. You got Showtime Apollo. You know what I'm saying? They got a big team, and then they got a bunch of guards that are pretty good as well. So everything this team lacks in experience and veteran leadership, they make up for in talent. I don't look at the Orlando team as just a blowover team by any stretch of the imagination, but they're just not completely a smart team, far as inexperienced and just knowing
Make
how
a
to
lot of
win.
mistakes.
So yeah, so they what you said?
I said they make a lot of mistakes, man.
They do. They do, but they're uber talented though.
They are.
Franz Warner is a starter damn near on any team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They got some players, man. That guy could be a star. Paulo could be a star. Wendell Carter Jr., you could say the same thing about him. You know what I'm saying? Markel Fultz is starting to live up to the potential, the huge potential that he has. He's starting to tap into that. They envision him being a star, and he's getting away from that bus label. And then you still got a guy like Cole Anthony, coming off the bench, who was their starter last year, but Fultz is playing that much better that he's starting over him. So I mean, this ain't no walk in the park, bro. But the ultimate problem with Orlando for us is size. So we have to play some of our bigger guys, bigger minutes, and we just got to show up, man. Because like you said, Q, a lot of this is just it's fundamental basketball, man. It's really mental. I think what the Pels are going through, mental lapses, not having the mentality to be ready in the first quarter and really show up. It's whatever they're doing to prepare for the game isn't working. So those games when they did and had amazing quarters, they need to tap into that, man, and see what they were doing. Maybe guys need to get a little superstitious or something. What socks you had on, what breakfast you had, something to tap into that mentality, man, to hit the ground running in that first quarter. Because man, these teams, the word is out on them. These teams ain't playing with your ass when that ball go in and tip up, man. It's like their eyes get big, the rim get wide. They just go to hitting shots and trying to take off in the first quarter. We cannot have another fast start like that, man. It happened in LA, happened in Toronto, and happened again tonight with the New York Knicks. So on Monday, we have to eliminate these stagnant starts. Tonight, contrary to popular belief, I thought they started better offensively. It's just the defense sucked. I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting the New York Knicks to come out and look like the goddamn Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do it on both sides of the ball. They scored points quicker, but I mean, I'm comparing it to the Toronto game. So, is that really that hard to outdo that? Because we started that game. I think it might have took us like 6 or 7 minutes before we got past 4 points. But definitely started better from that aspect, man. But now we got to connect it back to defense. And we need to play a full 48-minute game. That's the thing about this team, I think, that frustrates the hell out of everybody. When the Pels play good, or just not even good, but let's say they play average basketball, what you expect of them. For 48 minutes, for 4 quarters, more times than not, man, we get a victory. But we just can't seem to put it all together all the time. So I need to figure out these consistency issues. We need some more fire, like you said, Q. Maybe somebody in the locker room might have to step up and say something. I think Coach Willie said some of the players were speaking. We need some intensity, man. We need something, to get under some people's skin. Maybe some guys need to get pissed off. Like we can't have this happy ho hum. Just keep going about things the way we're going, man. So if we mix in some size, man, maybe play some different guys, some of our bigger guys in this Orlando matchup, I think we could turn that into a dub.
Indeed. This is right here from David Grubb. He's saying the stat of the night: the Pelicans are 3-18 in games when they score 110 or less, and 3-18 in games when they allow 120 points or more. And that's
It
something
sounds like the same game. It sounds if we scored less than 110, we probably allowed 120. That's what it sounds like to me.
Indeed, bro. All right. Yes, sir. We definitely need urgency, man. And everything. We could use all the positives right now. Y'all keep them coming on that. Brother Thomas says Pels in Golden State are great teams at home and bad on the road. Yeah, we talked about the Pelicans having to be able to, kind of dominate. They're 20-10 in their own building, but can't translate the defense and everything that is positive to the road consistently. That's a problematic, And that's something that, I figure this is my thing on the Pelicans. Right. This is my thing on the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are a team that, previous year we were a sucky team. This year we've experienced some really good success this year, and they've kind of frittered it away with the losing streak, whether you want to tend that to poor coaching and injuries or a combination of those things. Pelicans are now at a point this year at this season now where you're thinking that, okay, we've consistently given them the instruction. They should all know what to do and how to play. And this stuff at some point is getting pretty redundant. So, they have to, and the urgency should come in the form of, hey, man, we got 20 odd something games, whatever it is now. We have to step up and win these games so we can get in the playoffs. That's your urgency. What why would there need to be anything else? But obviously something's wrong here.
We're not a veteran team, man. So mentally we
got enough
check
veterans
out,
on there.
we get lost or lose focus.
DC, you got
that
JB,
has to be what's happening.
Jay, you got. Listen, I'm just saying, some of the best guys on your team are guys that have been in the playoffs before and been to the deep playoff runs, and they are the leaders of your team. We're talking about CJ McCollum. We're talking about Valanciunas, and these guys have played a lot of games this year. So if they're not listening to Willie, why aren't they listening to these other veterans that are starters in there? Larry Nance and all these guys who've been in the playoffs. They're not listening to these guys. What's going on? We in the coma right now. So I don't know what's going on.
We gotta change the name. We gotta change the name of the Saint Show.
The Pelicans coma. That's
how. Yeah, the sports coma is putting the Pelicans in the coma.
No, I'm saying now they putting their damn self in the coma. We don't. They ain't got nothing to do with me. All right. So anyway, shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all for being here, man, in the stream, man. As we keep this thing going, the Pelicans go down in a flaming heap to the New York Knickerbockers, 128-106. They are losers of 3 in a row. That's right, 3. They lost to the Lakers before the break. They lost to the Raptors, and now tonight they get stepped on by the Knickerbockers. So this is not a good look. The Pelicans' next matchup is against the Orlando Magic. As you can currently see, these are the NBA Western Conference standings. Let me refresh.
Hold up, man. There's a report that Larry Nance was on crutches in a boot as he left the Garden tonight. So that's not good.
Not good
at all. Sounds like another high. I said knee, but I meant ankle. So sounds like another high ankle sprain. You get Dice back with a high ankle sprain, and you lose Larry to the same.
That's all right.
Damn injury sound like.
That's all right with the Pelicans. My goodness, man. It's addition by subtraction. That's what it's been for the Pelicans the whole damn season long, man. It's a addition by subtraction. The Pelicans game 1 and lose 1.
Can we act like we on 2K and just hit the injuries off,
Turn the injuries
Can
off.
we reload the rosters?
I don't think that's gonna work, DC. At some point you gotta hope that the Pelicans, work this thing out where it all kind of flies straight forward it and having all the injuries that they can take, and then everybody gets healthy, and then it pushes through for the entire rest of the remaining of the season. But the bad news is we lose. We might lose Larry for a little bit, but hopefully he'll return for the playoff push. So we'll see how it all goes. Family, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being here. I got the link in the chat for people to pop up in the stream. We got Jay Black that's going to pop up next in the stream, and we're going to see what Jay Black talking about. Jay Black, what's happening, sir? Welcome to the show. How you doing, bro?
Terrible. This is a terrible game, but hey, man. I had to pop in real early because I was listening to people say that we needed her bench. I believe that, but only if it's kind of complicated. But I would say this: Trey, you can start him. But I'm saying Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson been playing good. I'm starting Josh Richardson. If you want to start Dyson over her, I'm with that. We have to start somebody else. Jackson, I'm with that. We need something else. Well, we lose in the first quarter. So it was a report by SB Nation about the starting lineup and how bad the performance was. And I think an 8-game sample size. It has we was 117 points offensive rating, scoring 115. That's plus +2. That was earlier this year. Now, later on this year, matter of fact, it was January 1st, January 25th until February 2nd. It was a 4-game sample size. They scored 91 points as an offense, and they gave up 136. So that was a negative rating of negative 45 points. That starting unit of CJ, Herb, B.I., Trey, and Jonas Valanciunas was a negative 45. Now, it was another 4-game sample size right after or right around the All-Star break. It was a 4-game sample size again. We was averaging 110 points offense, gave up 130, negative 19. So that starting unit had to have a shakeup. And I guess they chose Trey Murphy. That was the guy they chose. But me personally, I say it's Herb because Herb looked like just like a power forward that can't shoot. Can't shoot. Right. He's not giving you anything. He's not giving you nothing shooting wise. He's not giving you rebounds. He's not giving the steals. He's still.
He can switch everything, Jay Black.
Oh, all right. Well, we ain't switching everything. I guess we're not switching everything. So if you had him playing with other people that can switch everything, let's say you did have a Larry Nance, you had a Najee, you had a Jackson, other guys that was Dyson Daniels. You had more of a team that was switching, play him. I don't mind it. Defense, cool. But as a starting unit, every team is not respecting him. I mean, it's so bad that they're not even going out to him at the 3-point line. They're not even looking at him. They're like, if you make one, we'll come out here. But it's just like a 4-on-5 on offense. It's really a 4-on-5 on offense. And that's the elephant in the room. But I don't want to keep harping on that because I said that a long time ago. Now, what we can do is a lot of positives that I took with the Raptors games, is a lot of negatives I took in this game. This game, they was just way more physical than we were. but that's what Tom
Knicks.
Thibodeau is known for. Physical teams. He runs his teams in the ground usually, but they're more physical than a lot of teams. So they beat us up, and we didn't. They hit us in the mouth. They didn't know what to. And we just didn't. We had Herb playing Julius Randle. Herb is a really good defender, but not against power forwards. Not against power forwards. Natural power forwards that can score all over the place. He's not. He's not. Julius Randle is a lead scorer too, all-star. I'm not giving that. Now with this Orlando game, they got height all over the place. They got scoring in the backcourt. They're just young. They're just a young team, but we shouldn't lose to them. But being the Pelicans that we are, I think we're gonna lose to them. If we don't, that'd be a God blessing. But Willie, man, he's showing a lot of bad things, a lot of bad choices in the rotations. Now, I thought he was just cutting the rotation. He did cut the rotation for the starting unit. For the whole unit. Like it's like a 9-player rotation, it looked like. But I didn't understand why Dyson ain't play. I don't understand why Kyrie ain't playing. Listen, if you're gonna have a 9-man rotation, one of them two gotta be in it. Even if you gotta give like I ain't even diming on Jose Alvarado. Jose Alvarado ain't playing better than Dyson or Kyra. We got to make a decision like this. Offensively, we need scoring from somewhere. It seems like everybody's not scoring. We need defense. We got to choose one way we gonna go. I think Willie is stuck in between of I want to go with my identity as a defensive coach, and I still want to have scoring out there. It's one or the other. Either you're going to go all defense. That's why I said Josh Richardson and Herb, he's saying it's defense. That's the way you going. Defense is the role. Cool. But it's going to suffer offensively, but you're not getting defensive rebounds because you don't got no power forward in it. So, I don't know. Defense rebounded is very important in defense. That's the last line of defense is rebounding. And he's not making that adjustment. If you gonna go all offense, Trey in there, Dyson in there, whoever else to give you a spark, Najee, I don't care what put all scoring in there. If you gonna maximize scoring and you want people to score, put all your best scorers in there. But it's just saying we're a 3-point shooting team, we're not this 3-point shooting team. Shooting this many threes, we're not that. We're not that. That's not our identity. We try to score inside out, not outside in. We're not an outside in team. We don't start off shooting. I think we shot 10 threes in the first quarter. Something like that.
I mean, coach said he wants to shoot more threes. He told him 30 wasn't enough. So
that's I will ask you this. Who is our top 3-point shooter? Who's our best 3-point shooter on the team?
It would be Trey.
Trey Murphy.
Trey then B.I. Some people may say B.I. then Trey. It's
Okay.
out of them two guys, and then you're going to put C.J. in there somewhere too.
Okay, so our best starting, what was their percentage this game? I didn't even look at it. I ain't look at none of that.
It's probably like 10%, I'm sure, to maybe 15%.
So our best, we don't have a Steph, we don't have a Clay, we don't have these historically good and shooting guys. We supposed to get the feeling of the ball going in the basket. See, this was B.I. worst game to me. This was a bad game from B.I. to me. This was terrible. B.I. He was taking ill-advised shots, mid-range. It felt like he wanted to do more. I understand that, but shit, you ain't had it going.
Nobody was moving though either.
His shot was off today.
It was off. It was off.
And you kept taking them.
They kept taking them.
It wasn't going in. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. So what you got to make an adjustment and try to get other people easier shots. If yours not falling. CJ's not doing anything either. So
Well, let me ask you this.
I'll take that one. Be out there,
Let me,
Black.
let me throw this out
I'll
here to
take
you,
them
brother.
missing them shots.
Let me throw this out here to the fam, man. About the I hear the 3-point shooting angle. How about the Valanciunas angle? A lot of people talk about Big V. The fact that he's in DC talks about this a lot too. You always talk about this off stream about the Pelicans' inability to use Valanciunas in the correct way. All right, what would be a simpler stratagem to solve? Would it be the Valanciunas issue or the 3-point shooting issue? Let me throw that out to you, Jay Black, and the rest of the chat can answer that as well.
I would say the Valanciunas, they don't like the way it looks. It's the aesthetics. Like the way it goes in, the way he moves, the crab dribbles, the little power dribbles. They don't like to score like that. That's old school basketball. They don't want to do that. They want to be like the new age team and score a million from 3-point and say that's the way we win. No, winning is winning. If Valanciunas has a mismatch, they will not. No, Mitchell Robinson couldn't D Valanciunas straight up.
You could have fouled
Why
him
you
out the
just don't
game,
see
man.
him?
And we had a
You
leg.
don't.
I agree with DC's
You-
point.
you know-
last episode, I think he was like, let him come off the bench or like pseudo start him and let
Okay.
him destroy the second unit. That's brilliant. Why don't we do that? He would
Because-
absolutely carry our second unit, and we can have somebody else play in his fifth slot that's more essential to scoring since we have a slow start in the first quarter. I think that's brilliant.
Oh, so Willie Hernangomez should start then.
No.
I don't know
Too
who
much
is
of the
starting
same
that
thing,
fifth
man.
slot,
No,
but I'm
Let's
not
get to
no,
the serious.
Who's the other center that gonna start?
Well, it probably would have been, Larry or
He
I
hurt.
would say Jax, but they ain't gonna allow that. No,
Nah, Jackson ain't a center. He ain't a center. He a power forward. Yeah, and him banging with big guys, he'd be injured
That'd be
too, just like
bad.
everybody else. And so
No,
I
you,
just
you gotta start JV.
yeah, you in the force, or you going to start Willie Hernangomez? I'm not even opposed to starting Willie Hernangomez.
I
Okay,
mean, you see what it looked
No.
like with Willie. It can't be
yeah,
worse.
it can't be worse than what's going on. You got to make some type of adjustment. What's the adjustment you make though? If y'all saying Big V go to the bench, but who's the starter? You have to have somebody starting for him. If you say no to
Well,
Willie,
at the time when I was saying that, I was saying
Larry
a
Nance.
Larry and Jax combo, kind of like what we were doing last year when we made the play-in, when Jax came in and we started to utilize him with Larry, and it was real good minutes with both of them.
No, he
Defense
was
was
playing with
working, everything.
Jack. He was playing with
He did. He played with JV too. Yeah.
yeah, he played with both. It was just we was running more big units than what we're doing now. At least we was running a little bit more than what we're doing now. He still loved this small ball thing of running a bunch of small forwards and switch everything. I don't even mind that. But you don't start the game like that. And you don't start the third quarter like that. And those are the quarters that we usually lose big. Those big because of that unit. I just read the stats of the unit, that starting unit. That was with Trey Murphy, Herb, and you got too many. So you got the problem with Valanciunas. He's kind of too slow. Sometimes he's playing between two guys. Then you need another person to crack back as a big guy. You don't have nobody. Whoever is the second person to come down, be a small guy, and they can't stop a Mitchell Robinson alley-oop. They can't stop that because he's a high flyer. He's a lob threat. We don't got no second body. Like I'm looking at the playing right now. I'm looking at the highlights right now. You got nothing but small guys at the Big V. Once you pull Big V away from the rim, it's a wrap. You can't really do much defensively. You just hope they miss. No, we got too many. CJ is not a great on-ball defender. Valanciunas, we got two liabilities defensively. Okay, so people love to play against that, and Willie don't like to double a lot. Oh yeah. He ain't doubling either. Okay, we just going to score until he changes the defense. Like it just makes no sense to me. It's so frustrating, but I don't know. Who am I?
I think you're right to be frustrated, man. It's a lot of issues going on, and we've been seeing them for a while, and it continues to be the same thing. So, um, trying to fix what's actually the problem or changing something that you saying ain't working makes the most goddamn sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? But let me bring in who this is, YBG Don. Yeah, them man. What's happening, YBG Don? Got Josh in your bag, Trey up in this thing,
Yo,
along with my man
yo.
Jay Black, man. I guess we could go in order, let everybody get off their chest what they need to. So Josh, you could go ahead and get first dibs at it, move on to Trey and you YBG.
Man, DC, man. You remember last offseason? I told you, I said we need to trade JV because he too big, he too slow, and then he don't get enough touches on the offense. Because that's all he doing is scoring, but he can't get touches. Because Willie Green, if you just look at Willie Green came from Monty Williams, and Monty Williams, he don't use Aiden enough. That's why Aiden wanted to leave Phoenix, because he wasn't happy with his role, because he wasn't getting enough touches. That's why he wanted to go to the Pacers, but then they matched the offer to make him stay. So JV, he not gonna get enough touches on his team. And I was saying that, bro, we need to trade him. I was like, we need to trade him for Bam, but that ain't gonna happen. But
Man,
JV,
that would
we
never
got,
happen, bro.
yeah,
When you
because
said
Bam,
trade him for Bam, I was like,
you
yes,
remember I
yes,
said
yes,
that?
we
Yeah,
do.
Well, damn, hell yeah. That's
yeah,
like,
but
dude, that's it.
that they wouldn't take JV for it. I don't know, man. JV
That
looking
ain't happening,
bad
bro.
right now, man. He looking
Who the hell
bad.
would want Bam? Like,
All
come
right,
on.
hell yeah. Damn all day.
Right. No, but you remember you didn't want to trade. I was saying we need to trade JV. Like I was hoping for Bam, but I was like for anything really. But she was like, no, we got to give him a season. Maybe put him off the bench. But dude, even off the bench, like it's just not it's not gonna work. But this game tonight was just ugly. I mean, offense was bad, defense was bad. It's just Willie Green got to do something different. The message, like everybody was saying, the message is what he's saying is just not. It's just getting like old. Like they're hearing it every day. They need something new. And I think you was DC. You was right. You made a great point saying to start Dyson, or you said that's what you said is to start Dyson, right?
Right. I've been saying that for a while, but my man Marvin tonight brought it up, and I second his point because Dice to me, maybe he's not Herb Jones defensively, right? But
Right,
he's good enough. He's good enough, and he gives you another dimension offensively. So yeah. And then you
right.
got G Rich, who man, he playing amazing defense right now, and he gives you something offensively. So to me, that's the answer for now. It ain't like you gotta cancel out Herb forever, or you can't add him in the mix with that starting unit due to injuries. It's a lot of things Herb can do. I just don't feel like we're putting him in a situation where we can utilize what he does. Then you have CJ and BI out there, two guys who kind of want to dribble and get to their spots, but they could spot up too. It just creates a lot of unpredictability for the defense to me. But as long as you got Herb out there, it's one less man they got to guard. You seen it today. I heard my man Jay Black said BI had a bad game, and he did. But what I saw more than anything, he definitely should have been looking to, I guess, pass more. But it's like it's kind of hard for him to facilitate when you don't want to turn the ball over, and it's I got the ball, and it's like a crowd of people following me around, and
Right.
nobody else ain't doing nothing. I throw you the ball or do something, y'all throw it back to me, and nobody
Yeah,
moves.
it was just like an isolation, like nobody, moving. Just give the ball to Bi, let him take a shot, and hope he make it. Like it was just ugly, man. The offense. That's what I'm saying. Dyson, he would improve the offense to me. CJ could go back into his natural position at the two, and the offense will be better, and the defense would still be good because Dyson is a great defender. I hope he does it, but him being a rookie, I mean, but they need to do something, man, because it's not good, man.
All right, let
It's
me
not
read.
good.
Appreciate the super chat from your Aramis, man. He says Aiden wanted to stay in Phoenix originally, but Phoenix didn't want to give him the max offer, and so he showed he was willing to move. Phoenix matched the Pacers' offer because they weren't willing to let go of Aiden for nothing. Absolute facts, man. And my man Thomas. Thomas got another super chat. Appreciate you for that comment. And something that Jay Black said. Yeah, Jay Black, that was the most frustrating thing. Willie will never try to take away other teams' stars. But watch other teams throw three guys at P.I. and Zion. Absolutely right. And let me bring two more people in the chat, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your little words in. Your diatribe in, Trey, and YBG Don. Then we got my man Moses and Lex in the chat, and y'all can come in too. So what you got? What do you got to say, Trey?
Not too much, not too much. I think Dyson Daniels, like he was saying, would be an improvement, but I just don't know where we go from here, man. Like Willie Green, I still believe in him 100%. He is a good head coach. He's learning, man, and everybody's learning on the fly pretty much. It's a work in progress type of team. It would be better if we had our superstar, megastar, healthy all the time, but those are things we cannot control. Injuries or something are unforeseen events. I feel we have a team to work through those injuries. We have Bi, who is my favorite player at the moment. I love watching him play basketball. I'm glad he's healthy again. He should be enough. Him and CJ alone should be enough to get us a couple of dubs. We shouldn't be sitting here struggling, trying to keep our head above water at this point in the season, man. We should be locked in, ready to go, seeing some efficient basketball. We're just not playing efficient basketball. It's tough to watch. That's pretty much all I got to say right now. I'm gonna sit back and listen for the rest of it.
All right, brother. No doubt, no doubt. Definitely agree with that. What you got, YBG?
Man, what's up, y'all? Man,
Family.
Willie Green, man. Willie Green, man. I be on Twitter heavy, and I'm always with on the Pelican timeline, and I'm like, I told him, I said, man, I'm sad to say it, man, but I thought I would never say it, that we might need to move on from Willie Green, and I had this.
Whoa.
And listen, I had this philosophy that because I love Willie Green. Because what's our motto? He's a great human. We know that. We know that. But I feel like he's our Mark Jackson. How Mark Jackson was for the Warriors, and we need our Steve Kerr to come on in. Willie set the foundation and got us to where we need to be, kind of setting foundation for the players and stuff like that. But we need somebody to come in and like elevate this team more on the X's and O's and more scheme based, and maybe with a little more experience as well. But yeah, I feel like I don't know, Willie, man. The lineups, the starting lineup, I think should be if you're gonna implement Josh Richardson, it should be Josh Richardson over Herb Jones, not Josh Richardson over Trey. If anything. Because I feel like, I mean, come on now, we seeing Herb Jones shoot 2 air balls the first shot of the game, back-to-back games. I mean, that's a problem. Josh Richards is going to give you defense, but there ain't going to be no problem. Trey Murphy, yeah, he struggled a little bit with communication or maybe some of the assignments and things like that, but he's not that bad on defense, and he's going to give you shooting because we be having some great looks. Herb Jones is wide open. I mean, we setting them up. They sending 3 at BI, so Herb, I mean, whoever's in that 3 or 4 spot, they're gonna be wide open, just like Herb Jones is, and Trey Murphy will be right there, or Josh Richardson will be right there to fill that spot to knock the shot down. So man, it's a lot, but I feel like it's starting with Willie right now, and I think it's time is overdue.
Who do you replace? Who do you replace Willie with?
Emil Doka.
He's not out of his contract.
You say he's not out of his contract?
Nah, he's still suspended. What they can suspend him and just keep him there.
No,
You gotta talk to Boston about getting him.
Jay Black, they signed Joe Mazzulla to a full contract, so they let him go.
yeah, they were.
Emir
Yeah,
Dopo
Joe
was
Mazzulla,
I think,
he has a
interviewing with
multi-year
Orlando.
contract now.
Yeah, I don't even know about all that, but I just know they said he was free. Yeah.
But why would he want to come here? Like, he was just in the finals. Like, that would kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't really proved anything yet. And for him to go from the finals, like a game 6, like really competitive, to like this Pels team, we haven't done anything. Like, you think you really want to come to NOLA? Like,
Cat need a job, man. What you talking about?
Right? Yeah. And if he's great, which I think he is, he can elevate a good team.
If he's
we're
free,
the only team that
get
would
him.
want him, though. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could use a head coach. I mean, I don't know what the Hawks are doing. I don't know what they did. But
They look like they're signing Snyder
they got
from
Quinn.
the Jazz.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
Quinn
they in
Snyder.
negotiations with Quinn right now.
Yeah, most likely he going. Quinn Snyder.
Let me get in, DC.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, drop your stuff.
All right, man. This is, when everything going good, man, you sometimes you don't see the real problems that you may have, and then all of a sudden things get kind of ugly. Now you can really get back to what the genesis of the Pelicans' problem is. When you looked at that game last night, man, tonight, there's two things. You have 3 number 1 draft picks sitting on the bench with DNPs: Jackson Hayes, KLJ, and what's the other guy? Dyson Daniels. So that's where your problem lies, man. And then secondly, when you watch the Knicks play tonight, Immanuel Quickley, the little guard Brunson, Randle, Grimes, man, they got shooters, man. They guys was knocking shots down. If you watch the NBA, everybody like to talk about defense. Man, if you watch the NBA game, guys, teams that can shoot, they shoot their way into them games, and they shoot their way out of them games. So they extend their leads, or they'll come back and get you. Why? Because they can knock those 3-pointers down. And the Pelicans can't shoot. I mean, that's the biggest problem. We go out and we get all of these hustle men players. Man, I love Jose. Love what's the other guy named Najee. But they can't shoot, man. They can't score. They can't score the basketball. And that's the issue that the Pelicans have. B.I. take all of these tough shots. CJ dribble the ball till the air comes out of the ball, searching for shots and hold the ball too long. Now when Zion here, he kind of cover all that stuff up. Why? Because he can get to the hole, man, score, and then get you in foul trouble and stuff like that. But as constituted right now, dude, you got to stop drafting guys that are projects and thinking Fred Vincent can turn everybody into shooters. Draft some damn shooters. Everybody else do. We every 2 or 3 year project. We can teach him how to shoot. Man, you shoot. Everybody's been around basketball. Guys who can shoot, man. Just like baseball, guys, you can hit or you can't hit. Either you can run fast or you can't run fast. Man, all of that stuff is a bunch of foolishness. Draft some guys that can shoot. Go out and get your shooters and put them around B.I. and Zion, and I guarantee you can win. Right now, why you think Herb Jones open? He can't shoot.
Shooting curveball.
Airballing, dude. Yeah, bro.
All right, Moose.
What?
You still one bad, brother. Go ahead and finish up. I gotta read this comment by my man Aaron. Appreciate the super chat, Aaron. Go ahead and finish up, brother.
No offense. So if you're gonna do him like that, man, use him like Golden State Draymond, man, as a screener and a passer at the top of the key, running around setting screens. But at least you got. I mean, and Willie stuck on some stupid stuff too with all of these. I'm gonna play the veterans. I don't want to play the young guys. Man, all that stuff is a bunch of foolishness, man. You need some guys that can shoot and score the basketball.
He said that.
No, he doesn't.
You gotta say it. That's what he's doing.
Well, man, he tell you what he feels by what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Read your little thing, man.
Yeah, Moose. You're funny, bro. I'm glad to have you tonight too, man. What's up with you, though, bro? It's been a little while, man.
Get away from this, man, because the real problems people don't. The other guy was on there a couple of shows back when we were talking. Oh man, we got to get some more defense, dude. Man, ain't nobody playing a whole lot of defense in the.
Why you keep saying this guy? I'm that guy. What are you talking about?
Feel like bad for y'all keep calling. Let me read
I
this
just got. I ain't gonna keep letting. All right, go ahead. That's why I'm trying to mute my.
All right, man.
I'm gonna mute my
Appreciate
mic
you
because I
airing
don't
this,
want to
man.
argue with foolishness now.
No, but I watched.
He can.
Like,
Who is he talking about, man? He
look,
talking about somebody signing another
you,
team, but
it ain't about no defense, boy. They can knock shots down, boy, and that's how they defend you. Why? Because you always trying to catch up because they knocking shots down. Dude, we can't score. We shoot. We cannot shoot the basketball.
You just said the Knicks could shoot. The Knicks are the bottom 5 in shooting.
I think they're number 30.
They're the last team, or close to the last team. So how they winning?
They are a trash team because they shot.
They're not a trash team. What are you talking about?
Knicks are good,
They
bro.
play hard.
See, that's why I'm not
play
good.
hard, man.
I'm good. I don't even about to say anything. Your comments say it. How are they winning?
They won't sniff the semifinals in the conference, bro.
Oh my God! You just moved the goalpost. How are they winning?
I don't follow the Knicks. They're a trash team.
They're not a trash team. They just beat us
They
by
got a good
30.
one in Brunson now.
They beat us by 30 because we're a trash team. Come on, man.
Oh no! God damn! All right, well,
we want to look through rose-colored glasses, man. We can't shoot. You can't look. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Boston. They got guys. They can shoot the basketball, buddy.
Yes.
They even got what is his name? Cornett from Vanderbilt. Why? Because he can shoot. Muscala they picked up from Oklahoma City. Why? Because he can shoot. Man, people want shooters. We have no shooters. The NBA's pace.
Oh, keep going. Oh wait, you supposed to keep going down the lineup. What about Philly? Philly got they got a bunch of shooters, right?
And they winning.
No, they don't got a bunch of shooters. They have some shooters. They got better shooters than we do.
Got enough.
They don't have a bunch of shooters though.
They have a better identity too.
They have an identity. They know who they got 2 stars. They always play.
Oh, crazy! You got to be able to shoot the ball in the NBA, man.
Oh my God!
Got a good one in Maxey too.
Golden State. Everybody talk about Golden State defense.
No, I didn't mention Golden State. Nobody said Golden State. I said Philly,
bro. They play defense.
I said Philly.
They can shoot the ball. You always trying to chase them and trying to catch them.
Nobody. Oh wait. Nobody's trying to chase them no more.
Not no more. But when they heyday, when they were winning, when they were a championship ball club. Yeah, why? Because they can shoot the basketball, man. They beat you because they can shoot.
No, not just shooting, bro. They was
they used to go to that debt lineup.
Golden State was also the number 1 defense in the league.
But that's deceiving, man. That's deceiving because the offense was so good. The offense is so good, man, that you always trying to catch up. So you forcing shots and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Man, can Steph Curry defend? defend?
Yes,
he's not as bad as people think.
No. I can answer that. Yes, he could defend. Yes, he could defend.
Man, yes, y'all crazy, man. Them people.
The old stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you I don't know if you watched it for last 5 years. He been a really good defender. No, not a really good defender. He been an average defender. He been solid, average defender.
Like we've been seeing out of CJ.
It's just like watching the Kansas City. It's just like watching the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. You gotta chase them touchdowns that they putting up, man. You gotta chase the scores.
Golden State is one of the smartest teams, first and foremost. And you just said Draymond Green is just a screener. Draymond Green runs the offense. He sets the plays. Yes, he does.
He does.
He calls the plays. He knows all the plays. He knows all the plays. He's the anchor of offense and the anchor of the defense.
Okay, well, you know something, buddy? Keep drafting Dyson Daniels and all these defensive boys who can't shoot and see where you end up at.
So Dyson can't shoot?
Dyson shoot like 40% from the three-point line.
I don't know what you looking at.
I watch the games, man. Dyson, he take one shot a game, man. Come on, man. You gotta get off it. You gotta get off.
You want some snipers?
The thing about Dyson is he don't take the shots. He can shoot. He just don't take the shots. He likes to play within the
top
offense.
team in the West right now?
The Denver Nuggets.
Nuggets ain't coming out the West.
I'm not saying they will, but they can shoot that basketball.
Wait, they got a Hall of Fame center. What are you talking about? They got Joker.
And,
Who's
and we
defending
also
Joker?
And
we
what
beat the
happens when
Nuggets.
why
Oh wait, we
why
and
the
they
floor
always
why
and
is
they
the
always
floor always open for Joker? Why is it always open?
they run a team through him. They run the
But
whole offensive.
why it's always open? Because they got other offensive threats that can score, man. Jamal Murray, the boy who back always bad always. He
Wait,
can shoot the basketball.
he was doing this last year when all of them was hurt.
But where did he go?
The same way that they're gonna go this year.
Man, they can shoot
That
that
why does it
basketball.
really matter? So
Well,
you going to empty roads, you going down empty
man,
hallways.
I don't know why
You're
you
not
think
even
that you can
standing
win
out there.
basketball. The Hornet, like the Pelicans are never gonna win until they get some shooters, bro. You
The-
can't have guys like Herb Jones on the court who can't hit. Man, that dude shooting air balls from the corner, dude. This the
Oh,
NBA. This dude's in the NBA.
I agree with that, but
I mean,
but
it's a
still,
shooters league. I
but
mean, there has to be a balance.
but
And
it
then you
has to
got a
be
guy
about.
like CJ. CJ is a ball stop, hog the ball. You know, he dribbles too much.
No.
Guys are wide open. He won't pass the ball to open.
I agree
when
about
when
that
the-
with CJ.
I don't
when-
agree with that.
Man, when what's the boy name who could shoot for us sometime? Who was sometime a slam
Trey?
dunk boy? Yeah,
Trey Murphy?
man. Bi looked at him tonight, wide open in the corner, and took a shot over 5 people.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, a couple
Man,
times.
Yeah, I
that-
think Bi's
dude,
he might be
dude.
losing some trust with his teammates. So
No, but you
I don't blame him though.
yeah, I mean, because ain't nobody hitting nothing. So he
The
probably
only one
feels
that was
like
hitting something is
he's got
Josh
to do
Richardson.
everything.
Josh
Man,
Richardson was 3 for 8.
Man,
He's
I'm
the
on
only one
raggedy
that-
ass Lakers, but they catch us. Why? Because they went. They got some shooters. They got man. You gotta have guys who can score the basketball.
Name the shooters that they got.
Well, they did get
What
a
the boy
couple.
who's been
Malik-
Scottie Pippen, like
Name
what the
the
boy
shooters
name?
that they
Beasley.
got.
They got
Mike
Malik.
Beasley.
They got
Beasley, right?
they pick up
Beasley and
Beasley.
Bamba.
They pick up D'Lo. They got the white boy. What the white boy name? Who raggedy white boy who knocking shots down and dancing on people right now. And them people got. We have no scores, man.
Oh, wait.
When Zion come back and when Brandon come back, yeah, all right. But you gotta have guys who can shoot the basketball.
When Brandon come back, you talking about Brandon Ingram?
Yeah, I mean, he's back now, but when Zion come back, Zion's a whole different animal, man. But you still, if you have some guys who can shoot the basketball,
could Zion shoot?
no, he ain't got to be able to shoot. His
Oh
game is
my
different.
God! Now he don't got to shoot. God damn,
Defense is important, man.
Make it make sense.
Now, hold on, Jay.
I'm
Black.
not saying that
No,
defense
no,
is
no,
not
no,
important.
no,
Right
no.
now,
Ain't
you
no
can't
hold
have
up.
the inside is
Ain't no hold up. Oh wait, no,
Dude,
ain't no hold
you
up.
know what I know about the NBA? You not gonna stop scores from scoring. Guys who can score the
No.
basketball
You
in the
said
NBA
shooting.
Okay,
cannot
yeah.
stop.
You said the league is about shooting.
Shooters
Oh wait,
scores. Shooters
wait,
scores. Guys who
That's
can get
different.
buckets.
That's different.
We don't have guys who
that ain't different.
Zion
He
can get
said
buckets.
shooting.
Bi can get buckets.
Shooting
CJ
and
sometimes
scoring
can get
different.
buckets. Bro, we got guys who can't get buckets.
Oh wait, what
Scorers
about?
and
Wait.
The
shooting.
Let's
NBA
stay
is
on
a
this
make
point.
or miss league. The NBA is a make
I
or
get-
miss league, and we miss too
That's
much.
a catchphrase. That's a catchphrase. So all the teams in the last, matter of fact, name a team that won this title that wasn't top 13 in defense. You could have all night to tell me
Dude,
in league history.
you okay? Give me some shooters and beat 13. I don't want to be number one. I don't want to be number one. I'll be 13 with some shooters.
I just asked the question: Win the title? When the last time somebody won a title that was not top 15 in defense? Top 15. Let's go.
I feel like they go hand in hand. You gotta have.
They
good
go
offense.
hand in hand. No, but he's
Gotta
making
play
it seem
defense.
like defense is not important.
That ain't
Both
what
of
I'm
the
telling
sides
you.
are important.
I'm not telling you that, but you need offense. You need offense too, dude. What you think? What we gonna put in the NBA play game? Look,
but you coming up here attacking,
this is what
saying
you
this
don't
dude was
realize.
up here.
What you don't realize is this. What you don't realize is you got guys flopping all over the court. You can't close out on shooters. Man, it's an offensive game now.
Don't talk. Wait. You talking about it's an
But you
offensive
still
game?
need- you
Nah,
still
you
gotta
still
have
ain't
the
winning no
defense.
championship. Still gotta have the defense.
Okay.
To win the championship, you gotta have the defense.
Okay. You know, I ain't gonna argue with you because the proof is in the pudding. The Pelicans ain't gonna win until they go get some shooters. We right now we one game under 500 right now because we can't shoot the damn basketball.
No, not.
Well, it's not
you
just
said
shooting; it's the inside too.
I was about to say that paint protector. I don't think we're gonna win until we get that big man that can be a paint protector.
I agree.
It's a lot of different issues on this team, but when Zion comes back, and Zion is not a shooter, but you're saying we need shooting, but Zion is
Zion
not
is
a
a
shooter.
bucket getter.
Nah, but
He's
Zion
a
different
bucket
breed
getter.
though,
I
Jay.
get it.
He's a bucket getter.
I get it.
Well,
He's a bucket getter. But you were saying shooting.
He needs shooting around him.
He needs shooting around him. I agree.
well, I think
But
first
he's
though,
get a bucket though.
we got to
Right.
establish the inside first. You
Inside
know,
Nobody
out.
plays the game
that
like
opens up the shooting. I mean, because really we haven't established the
ma'am.
inside.
Ma'am, no
We're
disrespect.
we're not utilizing
This is not
JV at all.
1980, 1990. Ain't nobody throwing the ball inside to the post.
Okay,
Even
but
Joel
what do you think
Embiid.
Zion is? Zion is that inside presence.
But it's drive to the basket. Ain't no back to the basket thing. Joel Embiid catch the ball at
No,
the elbow.
I didn't say back to the basket. I just said,
Yeah, the
inside.
points in the paint. Yeah, points in the paint.
in the paint. We're not establishing no inside game or nor the shooting at all.
Right.
So
Well, our inside game is
have to
Zion.
establish that inside game. That's why the inside game is so important because it opens up the outside.
Zion is our inside game because he's getting to the hole.
But we don't have him right now. But
JV
we
as
do have
well.
JV, and if we utilize JV like we should, that would open up. It would help some. I'm not saying it would help like astronomically, but that's one thing that would help out a whole lot is if we got the ball to him. I mean, that's why that's so
No,
important.
We're not gonna do it.
One
My
play
opinion on
with
that.
JV when Josh cut he did like a little cut back door a couple times on when JV got the ball in the post.
Yeah,
So
he got Herb a layup, and I think Josh Richardson. I think it's three possessions. I seen it. I remember the three possessions that they threw it to him in the post, and they did backdoor post. Yeah, that was good. Then they doesn't do it no more.
And then we need to establish ball movement and movement without the ball. If we do that, I mean, that would get us open up a lot of points, easy points in the paint. But we haven't done that since what, the Atlanta Hawks game?
Well, it's kind of hard because you got BI and CJ want to play ISO ball.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is like then the coach needs to let them know, hey man, we got to move. But really, our offense is like very predictable. Everybody's standing around. It's easy to guard.
We need our speed.
I mean, really, I feel like they playing off everybody. But I mean, with everybody standing still and just having BI and ISO, that's not working. We gotta move. I mean, right now we don't have no snipers like that. We don't have no shooters. So I mean, in order to get easy points, we in the paint. I mean, we gotta have that ball movement. But that's one thing that we like, and that's something simple. I mean, that's like how hard is it to run a flex offense?
That's definitely true. But let me finally read my man Aramis super chat, boy. Y'all
Read my man thing, man.
But appreciate you, Aramis Jones, and you tying into the conversation right now, man. Your other ones I'm gonna read them, but they done speedballed on to something else. But you can have all the offense in the world, and it means nothing. Offense may get you leads, but defense sustains it. And yeah, man, that's 100% facts. Without being able to get a lead, it don't mean nothing either. So they both won in the same modes. Everybody kind of saying the same thing on that one, brother. But speaking on your point, Lex, for them to be able to have that flex and just off ball movement, we was running 0.5. It don't look like we doing that.
No,
That's
we in
leading
like
us to
half
be
court set.
really
We in
stagnant.
like dinosaur days for real right now.
Yeah, but nobody don't run the
Right.
flex in the NBA. That's more you gonna see a little bit of that in college and high school. The NBA, it's a pick and roll game. They're gonna run side pick and rolls. They might run a little misdirection on the weak side, but for the most part, it's a pick and roll game.
Yeah, well, they ain't doing that either.
No, they don't.
We don't really have our
I
best
mean,
pick and roll ball handler.
there's no
probably is
foundation on the
Will
offense
Ricks.
at all. I mean, it's very, just back in the day.
All over the place. For real.
I mean, they just passing the ball around the perimeter, but nothing's happening. Henceforth, you got Herb in the corner shooting the air ball from behind the arc.
Man,
Right.
geez.
I mean, like, shoot, against the Raptors and the Knicks. I hope that doesn't happen against Orlando.
I thought BI usage rate is at 31%. That's a lot. Him and Zion both at 30 and 31. That's cool, but we do need ball movement. It could start with him, if he needs the ball that much, but the ball movement, we do need that. Other people can't get their own shot. He has to know that I can score at any time. I have to get other people shots. I got to get other people shots, easier shots. If people were, but the Herb standing at 3-point line, that's not his strength. He needs to step in try to shoot a mid range or something. I never even see him shoot a mid range.
No,
But
he don't shoot mid range. He shoots like
he
layup
got,
floaters.
He
he
used
got,
to. We broke him out the habit. He used to
yeah,
have his foot on that line all the time.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he actually cuts very well. And I
he
think
does.
like really the coaching staff, they need to maximize the player's strengths more.
That's what he needs. That's
You
what
know,
we need.
that's what needs to happen. I feel like the schemes are kind of forced and we don't have the personnel for it. Like I don't know what Willie's, you know, mindset is about it, but right now we're not playing to the player strengths that we have on this team right now. That's a huge problem.
Most definitely. They it's like that. It goes back to the adjustment thing with that though. You don't see any change in philosophy that's smooth tying into what we're trying to be. Like honestly, when we look at the Pels, can anybody say what would you consider us as a team? It's like right now without Zion, we really don't have a true identity of what we are.
I can say our identity is space and pace. So it's supposed to be defensive first and up tempo.
That's what we're supposed to be. But if you watch the game, you see it as that.
Yeah, we're not seeing that.
I think the morale looks because the players play basketball for years, know as much as probably the coach, or probably even more. They know when they're running a small unit. Besides, Big V is on the court, but they still relatively small at that 4 spot, and they giving up a lot of rebounds. Even when teams are not shooting good and they're getting open shots, they're still getting offensive rebounds.
Crazy.
And I feel that kills their morale. But this team, this Knicks team, just out physical us. They was just on another different level. It just felt like they basically bullied us mentality wise. Like I think they was defeated, or they might enjoy that New York life. New York City life. I'm over here, but they must understand the New York life is crazy and they're young. I don't know what they did, but it wasn't the same fight that they had against Toronto.
They celebrated their jersey retirement.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What explains the 10-game losing streak? What was that there?
Oh, we didn't have Zion and we didn't have BI. We got BI back, I think, like 6 games into it. Then BI had to they switched it from because they were starting they was using a big unit. They was finding like people started to stop CJ and stop motherfucking Valanciunas because that was our 2 horses. We're going with 2 horses. And that's how it is. Everybody else is playing B's around there. That they fill up guys.
We had 3 lottery picks on the bench that can't help us.
But so all the other people, we was playing. We was trying to find a different philosophy since we didn't have 2 people we could just throw it to and let them do them and get everybody the shot. Like BI and Zion, when neither one of them was there, we had to rely on CJ and Big V.
Jay Black.
Yeah.
You can't win the Kentucky Derby with a donkey, man. We got too many donkeys, bro. We got too many donkeys, bro. That's our problem.
We can't do it.
We didn't even play Dyson. Dyson could have provided. We could have played Kyra. Everybody's asking for these guys to play. The coaching staff don't want to play them.
Oh boy.
So
I
that's
ain't-
not. Everybody's saying
All
Dyson
our
to play.
lottery picks.
Everybody's saying Kyra. Everybody's saying Jax. With some form of that. One or two or all three of them, somebody is saying. They're not useless. They're not useless. Not at all. Cut it out. Dyson is definitely not useless. I don't even know where that comes from. I don't even know if you watch the games if you say he's useless. That's why I don't even argue with people that just think about
I'm about
offense.
to say. So
I don't argue with
if
people like
we
that.
Let's check this out.
all
My man Aramis has a thought on it. Appreciate the super chat, brother. He said Lexa said earlier that the team hears Stan Van Gundy's voice. You gotta find the fucking wall. When Willie's talking. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Well,
that might be what they
hey,
need right now.
Man, them boys.
We should hire Stan as the assistant coach.
Oh man. Oh
Boy,
man.
ain't got no
That
dog.
Oh man, hey, you know what? That
Willie
might
might-
actually, I wouldn't even have a
but that
problem.
might help.
That might help. It might help.
Bro,
We do
a
need
couple.
some more experiences on that bench.
Yeah,
We need
Somebody
an
said earlier.
agitator too. They too comfortable, man. They need to shake
Exactly.
things up in the
We
locker room.
got no
It's too
dogs.
much feel good vibes. We need somebody to
Exactly.
piss them off a little
Yeah.
bit.
First league.
you know what?
You
I
had that
want
in
to
Van Gundy.
I want to ask something real quick. Did you all see the response of the players after the game?
No, I ain't seen none of them.
What?
Yeah,
Who I
I've
need to
seen
look
this
at?
a lot. You know, they're smiling and
Yep.
shaking hands with people. I know for
Oh,
me as a
yeah,
competitor,
oh yeah.
I
Oh,
would
it's
not
about
be
that.
speaking to nobody. I wouldn't be, especially
man.
this bad of a loss right here. They were too happy out there. You know, they were like, great game. I can't get with that. I
Yeah.
would have been so bothered that I would have
That's
had to
new
walk out
generation
the
though.
locker room and just
Yeah.
kind of, calm myself down after a horrible loss like that. But I say that because the demeanor and the way that they're handling these losses, I kind of have a problem with that.
You got more fight than the team, I guess.
You know, something's just wrong with that. Like y'all laughing and talking with the opponent team, they just spanked the living snot out of y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Why are
You
you
got-
all happy? Why are you all speaking to them? Y'all should have walked off the court.
Hey man, I hate to say something crazy, but we got too many players who come from two-parent homes, man, who come out the suburbs, man.
Oh, hey man, no. Hey man, I come from a
that's
two-parent
crazy.
home, and
Yeah.
Me too. I did
I
too.
would be playing like I'm pissed off.
I'm
Like
just
somebody
saying.
smacked my mama.
I'm just using a dumb metaphor. You know, we need some tougher guys, man.
Yeah.
But they've been doing that like
Like Big Z.
all these losses that they've had, and this one was really bad. But yeah, they were just too smiley for me. I mean, it's like, looking at a whole bunch of Dwight Howards out there or something,
Oh man.
Because
That come from our
dog in this day.
songs,
We need you to
though.
stop smiling
Lexa.
so much.
Dwight
Zion,
Howard took a team
Zion
to
does
the
that a
NBA
lot.
Finals.
Yeah, but
CJ
look at the
does
way
that.
Zion plays, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see
There's
B.I.
a
do it though.
difference.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Nah,
don't see
B.I. don't
do
play
it.
that.
B.I. don't do that.
B.I. don't play
B.I.
that.
cut from that Kobe cloth. He don't do that.
He don't do none of that.
Jose's kind of like that.
B.I. be too sleepy anyway.
He ain't come from a two-parent home. Did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You are
You might
so
be right,
silly.
Mo.
How'd you? Y'all know two-parent home, man. Come on, man.
We need somebody who had the scratching
I
cloth
mean,
from the
Kobe Bryant
bottom.
had two-parent. He had a two-parent home. So
Definitely
did
Kobe.
MJ.
Both of them had two-parent phone. I think we need Nick McMillan as an assistant coach.
No.
As an assistant coach?
As an assistant coach.
Oh, you said assistant.
Yeah,
I like
think
that,
we need
G
Ime
Black. I think
Udoka.
that's a smart move.
We need some more experience on a because these Orlando Highlands we need somebody else. We need a veteran coach that been through it that could come through and help with this coaching
That's what
staff.
D'Antoni was for.
D'Antoni is not on that bench.
He
is not.
Yeah.
He just making money.
That's it.
D'Antoni on the front of his vacation.
He be in the middle. he be in the middle of doing scratching
Man,
his feet.
man,
He
he's
like, oh,
stealing
hold on,
money right now.
the team calling me. Hold on.
They called D'Antonio. He said, "Yeah, D'Antonio, man, I need a little help. Is Zion back yet? Nah, Zion
Yeah,
not back
yeah,
yet. Come
that's
here, man. I
basically what
gotta come."
he's saying.
Yeah.
That's
Moving
exactly
that
what he's
ball. Just
saying.
keep moving that ball.
Mm,
I think they need to run more offensive, action for Trey Murphy, man. They need to run him
For
off
real.
Man, we need to run plays, period. We're
We need
not running any plays.
elevators,
Right.
to run some things to get him open, man. Nobody tries to get him open. Like if you watch the Golden State, man, when they're in transition,
But that's the coach's job to call the plays.
yeah. But what I'm saying, when in transition,
nah.
you'll watch Drake and what's the other big dude who been there forever, the center, man.
Kevin Looney.
Man, they set transition for them boys to get shots. You know what I'm saying? We don't do any of that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's he's because to me, Trey is a catch and shoot guy. He trying to drive game together, but he's still kind of raggedy with his handle right now. So he may be another year off or so before you get that tight. That's the issue that he don't have good, because he'll come in there, man, and he all over. He can't really get the handle together. He can't really get his foot.
I feel like, and they got a short leash on him. I feel like they need to have a longer leash.
Yeah, they need to. To me, you need to put him out there. Hey, bro, we gonna sink or swim with him. You know what I'm saying? Because you need him, the guy that can force spread, man.
He got that skill set we need.
Yeah, Herb can't shoot, man.
He responds to being benched though, man. So I think a lot of times that's kind of what that is. When they don't play him, it kind of light a fire up under him sometimes.
I got a question for the chat.
Yeah.
What's our best unit? What's our best lineup without Big V? No, without Zion. Without Zion.
Right now it's you got CJ, Josh, BI, Big V, and I'm missing one more. Oh,
Yeah,
Trey.
missing one more.
Trey.
Playing
And Trey, or you can go Dyson, CJ, BI, Josh and JV.
JV in our best lineup?
Look. See, part of the problem with the Pelicans to me is he really wants to play Nance at the 5 and want to switch everything, right?
Nance gone.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, man, to me, man, Billy give us good minutes every time Billy get on the floor, man. He's gonna get you a double, and then you
Hernan Gomez is golden.
You don't get like in
too slow on defense, bro. That's not.
He took.
Nah,
He gonna get burnt on defense.
I ain't gonna lie.
In that
When he
pick and
played
roll,
today,
he ain't that slow.
the defense got better as soon as he got out there. I mean, it was.
Yeah, it did.
Blocking.
But to me, Willie gave the game up against Toronto when he took a V out and put a Nance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he should have put. Yeah, he needs to utilize Hernan Gomez more.
Yeah.
I mean, Gomez was the MVP overseas.
Well, you don't have to worry about that.
You know what I'm saying?
He will be playing because you don't got no backup 5.
Yeah.
That high ankle sprain? Oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for this season for
and Hernan
Larry
Gomez
Nance.
has a high skill set, man. I mean,
No. I don't mind that, but he is going to play regardless, so we don't have to worry about. He got to play now.
And plus,
Larry
Hernan
Nance
Gomez is hungry. Like every time he comes out there, he's trying to do something.
Yeah,
because he hasn't been playing, and that's what we need. We need guys that are hungry. That are trying to get after it. I mean, go out there and get yours. Ain't nobody doing that right now. So
and we get killed with
out there
on the offensive boards, man. I mean, Nance is always running all over the place trying to block shots and leaving whoever he's guarding to get put back rebounds all the time, man.
And that's weak side help too.
Yeah,
ain't coming over.
All right, family. We got somebody else in the chat. My man DJ joining us. I'm about to let him add his comments in, and appreciate the super chat, my man Aramis. He says, Coach D'Antoni is our assistant coach, but I swear when you look at the offense, he got to be in Cancun drinking tequila.
Scratching his feet.
Absolutely right, bro. I don't see his imprint on offense at all. But what's going on, DJ, man? What's your thoughts on the current state of the Pelicans?
You got that one, DC. Hold on, let me turn this off. Well, It's taking a toll on me. We didn't lost 2 back to back after the All-Star break. We lost against the Lakers before the All-Star break, so we down 0-3 right now. Shooting wise, we got to do better. Like hell, did Kyra play? See, I don't even know if Kyra played tonight.
He played for 4 minutes and he scored 8
He's
points. So
garbage.
obviously he didn't deserve to
Man.
be out there for longer than 4 minutes.
It was so we need to buy out Garrett Temple and go get somebody. At this point, I don't know.
He said, "Bye." Damn.
I agree with that though. That's
Go
not
get-
even a bad thing. Honestly, because he's not producing. You need somebody.
Go get D Rose.
Oh, now he
Nah,
ain't
he
coming.
just played. He
I don't
just
think that's
played.
gonna happen.
Now they say he about to
We need
buy him
another
out.
big
They
man.
about to
We
buy
already
him out.
know that.
Yeah, he gonna go to Phoenix.
Yeah, he's going to Phoenix.
I heard. I also heard that we need to go try out him, LaMarcus Aldridge. I heard he was supposed to go to Phoenix or something. We need to go
Ain't
do
nobody
something.
going to
How,
Phoenix.
That's
how is
just
his how is his defense, the market?
it wasn't. It wasn't slow. I don't know. I ain't seen him in years though.
Yeah, he old. That dude old, bro. Like,
Yeah, he done enough for it too. But he's better. I think he's way better than Jackson Hayes as
Well,
far as like.
if he can shoot it like Al Horford, let's get him.
I
think he got a mid
his
range.
15 and 20 footer is nice.
Yeah, that he always can shoot.
Yeah.
I know y'all gonna be probably mad at me with this one, but I wouldn't mind bringing back DeMarcus Cousins.
I wouldn't either.
No. You need defense. You need an athletic big. That's no.
Okay, so my question is, what athletic big that's a free agent right now that you can bring in?
Nobody that's worth anything.
The best is
Nobody
probably
right now.
Dwight.
You
That'd
probably
be the
have
best,
to draft
Dwight.
somebody.
Okay,
I say Nerlens Noel if he's on the buyout market, but I've been saying that for months.
Right.
Because I know he's a definite premier shot blocker, but probably not great
But
at
that's the
posting.
thing. Yeah, that's the thing. We're not getting
at
anyone.
least 8 rim protector.
Man, I told y'all at the trade deadline, I would have traded Jackson Hayes and Devontae Graham for Mo Bamba and Terrence Ross. That's what I would have did.
Well, they tried to trade for
They tried to trade for him. Malik
the 2
Beasley.
guys that the Lakers got.
Malik Beasley
Yeah,
and
Beasley
Vanderbilt.
They tried to trade for Beasley and Vanderbilt, and
we
they
denied it.
ultimately chose the Lakers package in Minnesota because they were able to get off of Mike Conley.
Yeah,
From what I heard, so
yeah, the Lakers
Mike
just
Conley was
chose
making
to-
like $40 a month. I
He's
mean,
not
$40 million a year. I don't know why I say a month. So I don't know. I guess they just ain't like Mo Bamba though. Most.
but I'm just saying, man. Terrence Ross would have helped us, man. That dude is a legitimate bucket getter that nobody really pays attention to, man. We could get him for almost nothing, and we need a bucket getter.
You feel like he better than what we got in Jay Rich? Because I think we
Yeah,
did
Jay
great
Rich
by getting Jay Rich.
Yeah, Jay be locking down.
I think I think he's actually better than Terrence Ross.
I understand, man. A certified bucket getter. I'm not talking about nothing but a certified bucket getter.
Wait, we need a bucket getter or we need a shooter?
Yeah, we need a
Terrence
sniper.
Ross can
Somebody
shoot.
who can knock down the
Terrence Ross can shoot the 3
Bucket
balls
getters could be
or other
inefficient.
ways. He can shoot the ball and he can score other ways, man. I want somebody that can come off that bench and in a 6 or 7 minute stretch get me 12 points.
So you want to score? You don't.
You want to score? Yeah, that's what he's saying.
But he can shoot the ball too. But he can score also. He's more than just a shooter. He's a bucket getter, man.
Well, his numbers were actually low, like this season. I mean, he's super athletic, but
that's why I'm telling you, you can get him. You can get him for a bag of chips.
All right. So my question is, and this goes to the people that's in the live stream and in the chat. If you are, the question is, with 22 or 21 games left, where do we see this team, and are we making the playoffs? If so,
I'm
gonna tell you about that.
Go ahead. You can go first. I'll wait.
Man, I'm starting to feel like the Jim Morris Saints, man. We just enough to keep us watching, but nothing much more than that.
okay. Next,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't.
Is he
like
coming back? Is he coming back?
yeah,
Who
he's
knows?
coming back.
Who knows?
Because hey, they
That's what
say
he
he
said.
gonna come back in 2 weeks, and then there's another 2 weeks. Like, is he at?
What
Like, when is he supposed to be reevaluated? Because if he don't come back this year,
He's he's
man,
being
he's
reevaluated
reevaluated this
this
week, I
week.
We
think.
gonna,
They said
Yeah.
after All Star.
yeah.
And they had a interview at halftime with Jen Hill and
Oh
was it
yeah,
Coach
Crazy
Vincent?
Langdon.
he
Where they
saying
Langdon.
like
It was
commented
mid-March.
on
Langdon.
that, and they said killer noise about Zion not coming back. He told me to tell everybody he's coming back this year, and blah blah blah. So, I said me personally, I thought Zion probably would be back the last 10 to 12 games. They're probably gonna bring him back
Probably
and
like
go ahead
mid-March.
and get him up to speed. So we gotta
last 10.
we gotta figure something out for another 11 games or so before he probably get out there. Because when he comes back, they're gonna do the imaging, right? We all know how this works.
Right.
And after he does the imaging and it's good, then he's gonna go and
I am
progress
up.
to 3-on-3, right? And then he's got to go to 5-on-5. So
Right.
that puts you at another week. So we're looking at missing Zion for probably about another 2 weeks. And when you look at the schedule,
About
that's gonna put you
mid-March.
closer to him actually returning with about 12, maybe 13 games left at best.
No, man, Zion.
I don't.
Man.
Even
just
if he
gonna
come back, yeah, like you said, he gonna have to get in shape. He gonna have to get like back in the basketball shape. The team gonna have to get chemistry. It's just, man. I think we're gonna end up getting. If we do make it to the playoffs, we're gonna get eliminated in the first round because we're gonna be like an 8-7 seed. So we're gonna have to play the Nuggets or the Grizzlies, and we're not beating them because we don't have enough chemistry.
I don't
I
even think
definitely
we're getting
think we'll
past
beat
that
the Nuggets.
play-in
We're a
game.
bad matchup for them.
Oh,
I don't
wait.
think they can
We
beat
got to
us
get
in the
past the
10
play-in game if we the 8th or 7th seed.
I don't
So
want to play the Lakers in the play-in, man. Golden State in the
I
play-in.
mean,
They
the
7
Lakers
right
aren't.
now.
Well,
Oh man,
they in the picture. But
we really might not make it. Like this, man.
it's looking grim.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but
it's,
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say forget about how great a team we are when we healthy. Because if we are healthy, and when we need to lock in, we gonna lock in and we gonna do some damage. But that's if we healthy. But when we healthy, but we're never healthy. But when we're healthy, we do damage.
Are we though? Because I mean that they
Are
was
we?
healthy for 10 games. It was the first 10 games of the season, and we was like,
Bi went out pretty sooner
The
than that.
third game he
the
went out.
third. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we never been. That's what I'm saying. We never been healthy long at all. You see
But
what
when
we did the first game of the season.
Yeah,
but
the
that
first
was
2 games.
against the Nets. That was like come on.
I
that
said
was
we
when the
about to go
Nets.
all the way.
We had a
That
really
first game, I
bad
said,
loss
man.
against the Pacers, though, man. Like we was fully healthy and we lost to the Pacers. It was real bad. I remember Miles Turner had like a bunch of threes. Buddy Hill was going off, and we had all our guys. So we had some bad losses with them too. Now,
Nah,
like, I ain't forget about that.
the first bad loss was against the Jazz. We lost to them on the 3rd game. We lost, and that's when Bi went out.
Zion,
Right.
I think
But you don't
Went to
remember though.
that's the one. No, Zion went out too because his back.
Right.
He
I
got
don't count
pulled
that.
down.
You don't count
Remember we
that?
played the
We lost
Pacers?
them.
No,
Poor
because they
Di
got
got
hurt in that
hurt
game.
in
They
the
got
Memphis
hurt.
game.
I'm talking about the Pacers game. We lost to the Pacers when we was fully healthy. Zion, Bi, CJ, Trey Murphy, everybody was healthy. We lost to the Pacers. Like we had a bad loss too.
But that was early in the
That was early.
Yeah, that was early in the season, but then they got hurt after that. They never had enough time to build chemistry because then went down and Bi. That's my whole point. Like we was never fully. We never built that full chemistry when we was out there all together. You get what I'm saying? So when we do, if they rush Zion, we still not gonna be at our full strength because they not gonna have enough games to build chemistry, and we're gonna be in the play-in on the first round of playoff. Like It's just not enough time. Like,
Oh, you was
this
right.
team won't.
Damn, we lost to them. We lost to the Pacers.
Right. It was a
We lost to
bad
the
loss
Pacers.
because
That was a bad
it's the
loss. Yeah.
Pacers, right? See what I'm saying? And we was
Yeah.
fully healthy then.
We
So
lost
all
to
I'm
the
trying to
Hawks
say is,
and lost to the Pacers
right,
back to back.
right,
Shit.
fully healthy.
Fully
That's
healthy.
all I'm trying to say is that we seen this team when it was fully healthy, and we had some bad losses. This team has not had enough time to build chemistry, and if we don't have a lot of games left, if you put Zion and rush him back, you end up playing, or you're in the first round of playoffs, you're not gonna make it because this team has not been 100 like this. You haven't seen this team at its full potential because they haven't played enough games, and it's not gonna be enough games when you end up playing on the playoffs. So you're gonna get bounced in the first round. That's all I'm saying.
I don't mind that. We got to get to the playoffs. I'd rather see us get bounced, playoff experience or something. But we are a bad matchup for Denver. Fully healthy, the Denver Nuggets. I don't think they want to see us in the first round. But
Not at all. Yeah,
I think we could have beat. I think we could beat them if we had enough time to like get chemistry. But I
don't need no chemistry. We
We
gave them
I think we beat them
the
without
Nuggets.
Zion, didn't we? Or without
Yeah.
Bi.
Both.
That was without BI.
Right. So it's
but that was the game Jose went off. He had like 30, he had
38
like 40 points. He had a career
38.
but still, we did it. So
Yes.
But I think
I think that's I don't think we need a whole bunch of time to be able to beat Denver. The way we're built is just it's one of them things for them. It's a bad matchup. And
who we got the guard?
I don't think we need all this time to build chemistry because you got guys, they ain't played but 10 games together, so obviously they do need to figure some things out. But it ain't like they didn't practice together at all. They're not watching film together. They don't understand each other's roles better, each other's spots. I don't think it's going to take that long for them to kind of get things up to speed as long as our schemes fit what we should be doing. So, and you know how that goes.
And then,
We've been seeing.
Yeah,
So,
if you ain't got nobody who can deal with Zion, you not beating us. You got no chance. You ain't got Nuggets ain't got nobody that can deal with Zion.
But we still got to address these flaws, though.
They got nobody.
In the playoffs, like
Grizzlies?
teams can expose you.
The Grizzlies got Jaren
in the
Jackson and
playoffs.
Steven Adams.
And we're exposed right now.
We definitely not beating the Grizzlies. We definitely not beating the Grizzlies. That we the Nuggets.
We shock everybody.
I don't know about that. Why wouldn't we beat the Grizzlies?
They're too good. Like their offense is too good.
They just play really hard. They've been playing. They have good chemistry though.
This is what makes the Grizzlies better than us.
Okay,
it's Jaren Jackson. That's it. Jaren Jackson is like he's very underrated. He's leading the NBA and he's leading the NBA in blocks. He's a great. He's a rim protector. That's what makes them better than us.
Man,
like,
they always in foul trouble. Him and Dylan Brooks, and they get in foul trouble a lot. They're very beatable and very vulnerable.
What makes the Grizzlies better than us is they superstars always playing.
I feel like we just never.
That's all it is.
That's what it is, availability. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. When Zion and BI play against the Memphis Grizzlies, we've never lost.
Yeah, it's on.
We've never lost to the Memphis Grizzlies when both of them play, other than the one game when BI stomped his toe and they were playing together. We lost that game.
We lose that game, DC. Come on now.
But I'm just saying.
Went out.
That was
he went out in the first. It was like the first half, bro. So I don't know what that would have looked like by the fourth quarter. They was
playing us early.
We was
when he got hurt.
No, we was losing bad though. It was. I remember it was like.
They didn't come ready to play.
DC. Right. They was ready for Thanksgiving. They was ready for that.
No, it was the day after Thanksgiving.
It was around things. They was gonna lose that game, bro. I'm telling
you.
Oh
yeah, we got beat 132 to 111.
It was.
I understand that. But I'm saying Bi got hurt in the first half. So
he got average 17 minutes. Yeah, it was the second quarter.
So he played 17 minutes and got hurt. If he played the whole game, would it have been the same?
Nah,
maybe would have still lost.
They were playing bad, DC.
Those
Oh my
negative
gosh, they were
11. Yeah,
playing
he was
really
getting.
bad.
They were playing
Their
bad.
energy was not good.
Yeah.
Like they were just playing way harder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
that
were
was.
they were ready
That's
for
why I
that
said,
game.
and
right,
that's why I said
right.
Like
they.
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
Hills were not ready for the game.
Yeah, we never play in there. We never match their intensity, and that's why I
Right.
say, and because the Grizzlies, they're a regular season team, they're gonna bring it every night. Now the
And that's how you
playoffs,
beat the Grizzlies too.
the playoff, it forces everybody gonna play their hardest, and when we play our hardest, we had our full potential. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
can't.
they beat us. That was
You only
without
see
CJ. That
No, no, no.
And CJ wasn't playing that game.
CJ
That's
didn't
right.
play that game. Man,
Yeah,
hell no. That ain't our full team.
okay.
yeah,
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I take that back.
once,
I take that back.
Memphis is not beating us in a 7-game
yeah,
series
With
without
all
yeah.
our people.
Oh no, they not beating us in
I'm
7 game
telling you.
Nah,
series.
they
Not with
never.
all our people.
Not with
I'm
do
telling
it
you,
DD,
down.
bro.
come on, bro. If we
If
go
I,
in the
if I,
playoffs right now with
yes,
Zion rush back, we only had 10 games played.
doesn't matter.
They lost
We
to the
still would beat
Pacers. They
Memphis.
lost to the Atlanta Hawks, fully healthy. We beating the Grizzlies. Come
We,
on,
Yes.
y'all.
man, I
Well,
got
all
to
right.
see it.
Other
Grizzlies
than
are
regular season
nice.
wins, what has Memphis done?
They
Memphis
were
hasn't done
competitive
anything.
against Golden State without Ja Morant. They went to 6 games. They blew out Golden State by like 50 points without Ja Morant. Come on now, y'all. We can't do this. Come on now. Grizzlies have proven way more than us. Like, come on, we gotta be real. The Grizzlies will beat
I
us in the
mean,
series,
you
and
know
they
what?
would have home court. They
I
They have
don't
done
know
more,
about that.
but even in
They done
saying
more.
that, they still haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
anybody will tell you that. They haven't won Western Conference Finals. They haven't been to the finals. They haven't. I mean, if you want to get brownie points for almost beating a team, okay, but other than that, they haven't won anything.
And they
And
lost in
the
6
same thing
games.
about us.
Facts.
We almost beat the Suns. Like, I mean, we
Yeah, we
almost.
can say
The
that. Yeah, we
Suns are
almost beat the
Yeah,
Suns.
frauds,
but we don't get
man.
any
Come
brownie
on,
points for
the Suns
almost beating
versus
the
Golden
Suns.
State. Oh, and that's true. But come
They
on, the
they
Suns
they
were
lost to
frauds. They not good. They lost to Dallas by
Dallas.
Luka. They lost by 50 points at home.
They lost in
Versus
a 7-game
versus
series.
Why do you think they
And
lost
that
by
was their
50
worst
points?
game of the season
Or lost
too.
to Luka? You don't think it had anything to do
Come
with
on,
how
man.
they
Golden
had to
State
fight
is a
And
class
then
and claw to beat
next
the
series they
Pelicans?
lost to the Warriors. So
Well, they ain't
That was
having it this
wild.
year. I know
So you
Phoenix Suns
telling
have
me
smacked them this year.
So you telling me going to 6 with Phoenix is on the same level as going to 6 with Golden State? Come
No,
on,
they
y'all.
went
I'm
Golden
just
State
saying
7.
a
we both
dynasty.
lost,
I mean the
7.
so it don't
Suns
mean
did go
nothing.
to the finals a couple of
Yeah,
years ago.
they just go into the finals.
They went to the finals. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
They
Golden
went to
State
the
is
finals
better.
because Kawhi Leonard went down. They was playing the Clippers, who was missing. I ain't get all that. But they
what?
that was a fluke run. Come on, we
Oh,
gotta
it
be
was a
real.
Oh,
fluke.
I
Oh,
mean,
you want to
well,
go
in
back?
that
Okay.
case, all
All
the
right,
times
sure.
that the Warriors went to the
Dog, they
to
beat
the
the
You can
finals, you
say the
can call
Warriors
those flukes
championship was a
because they
fluke.
weren't even playing against the opponent team's top point guard. If
You
you
know,
think
the
about every
Warriors
time they went to the finals, they were without remember they what's his name?
Kyrie Irving
Kyrie,
got
he
hurt.
wasn't playing.
Kyrie,
Yeah.
That's true.
Chris
Kevin
Paul,
Love.
he was out, remember? Like
Look,
Nah, he
if
went
you
down
think
in the
about it, all
7th
the
game.
times that
You talking
they
about
went
with
out.
Houston? When they was in Houston?
Yeah, when in Houston.
Right.
Yeah, that was the 7th.
Houston was
I think
about
he
to
went
beat
down to
them.
6th game. The 6th game he went down in the Western Conference Finals.
It seemed like
look,
somebody they always went up
Yeah,
against
they always
somebody
get.
where one of their main players was out.
They do go
That
down,
ain't
but
their fault.
I mean,
That ain't
that's
their
part of the
fault.
game.
right. You absolutely.
Great point,
All I
Russell.
was trying to say is though, you're right, absolutely. All I was trying to say is though, the Suns, okay, they went to the finals. They played the Clippers without Kawhi. They made it to the finals. Okay, I'll give you that. They went to the finals one time. We took them to 6. Cool. Versus Memphis, who took Golden State, a dynasty, to 6 games without Ja Morant and blew them out by 50 points. Or it was like 40, 50 points without Ja Morant. And y'all telling me we would beat the Grizzlies in a 7-game series when
It's about matchups.
3 guys have only
Also-
played 10 games and they had 2 losses to the Pacers.
oh, let me.
Atlanta.
Oh, wait. Before you make that comparison, so you forgot
Playoffs
that
is different than regular season.
we definitely didn't play them with our full team. First and foremost, we ain't have Zion when we played the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs. We would have beat them in the playoffs if we had Zion Williamson. You missed all that.
That's
A,
true.
a
You're right.
27-point scorer. You went on that whole diatribe, but we still would have beat them. And we would have beat Memphis every time we have all our players. CJ, B.I., Zion. They usually don't match up good with us. And whenever Jaren Jack, remember the last game we played them, Jaren Jack quickly when Zion was going off, and they put they had Darren Baines on CJ. They had him on because somebody went on foul trouble. I forgot who was the guard that was guarding Zion.
Dylan Brooks.
Was it Roddy?
Dylan Brooks. It was.
Nah, it wasn't Dylan. Dylan wasn't.
Was it the dude Roddy? They got this little.
They got some tall, long guy. I forgot. I don't know who.
Zaire. Zaire Williams.
Nah, it was the foreign guy, like the.
Yeah, he like
I
46.
forget his name.
Like you,
I
Selmar
know he's
Ross,
talking about got
whatever.
his face though.
He can shoot the ball, right?
Yeah. It was somebody that was playing because Jared Jack had to switch on to Zion because he put him in foul trouble.
It was Dylan Brooks. I think it was Dylan Brooks. He put in foul trouble.
Oh yeah, because they was running a small unit against him to try to have speed with him instead of a size and meet him at the rim with
Jaren Jackson,
Jack or Steven Adams.
Doing that.
But then they had to play Jaren Jack straight up. He scored on Jaren Jack so goddamn easy. It was no problem. I mean, 2 back-to-back possessions, and then they switched him right back off. Jaren Jack can't. If you got all your players, you have to match up with the right players now. You can't have somebody on CJ. You got to have Dylan Brooks on CJ, or you gonna have John Moran on him. Then who's the
Well, Dylan Brooks
they got
on
Desmond Bain
BI.
now. Desmond Bain.
Desmond Baines he was DN CJ. That whole game he was DN CJ. Who D's BI?
Pause.
No, Dylan Brooks. They put Dylan Brooks on BI.
Then who going to D? Zion. Jaren Jack.
Okay.
Or you going to put somebody small?
Okay, who's the 4 on their team? No, that's the 4 guy, isn't it?
Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson is the 4. And Steven Adams is the 5.
No, wait a minute, because Steven Adams is out.
Yep. It's Tillman.
Well,
Xavier Tillman.
He's that foreign guy. He's a
Brandon Clark is
Nah. He's a big, rough, tough forward. He is Tillman. He's decent though.
No, Tillman comes off the bench, Jay. He comes off the bench.
He played. I'm talking about tonight. Like tonight, he started.
Oh, okay.
It's Tillman. It's Jaren Jack.
I don't know who's hurt on their team, but
is John Morant, Baines, and Dylan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
So Steven Adams is on. Oh, I think that's Steven Adams on the bench. Let me see. Nah,
Yeah,
Steven Adams hurt.
He's been hurt.
I think they starting
me.
Clark right now. They're starting Clark.
Yeah. Them boys play angry.
Oh yeah, Clark.
Them boys play angry off of them losses.
You talking about Brandon Clark?
Yeah, Brandon Clark.
Oh yeah, that he's the 4.
Yeah, Brandon Clark.
Because Jaren Jackson plays the 5.
No.
Steven Adams
Clark's
plays the 5.
No, but Steven Adams ain't playing.
Are you
He's
saying
back.
when healthy? Are we talking about when healthy?
When healthy or when they hurt? Because right now, Jaren Jackson is
like right now. So
it's the 4. Jaren Jackson the 4 right now. Clark is the 5. Because Steven Adams is hurt.
Clark the 5.
Yeah, Clark the 5.
Not today.
Yeah,
against Denver Nuggets.
Clark be the 4.
Yeah, they played him at the they played Tillman.
And now that
Jackson would play the 4 and Steven Adams would play the 5.
Yes, normally.
We bringing up a good point. You see how they're running bigs. Jaren Jackson he really could play 5 and he playing the 4. And know the Pelicans, we struggle against bigs, but we still gonna beat the Grizzlies though, huh?
Because wait. Zion is a natural power forward. So we ain't
He's
running
an undersized power forward.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Who can stop
basketball player. Zion
but who actually stop? Well, it still wouldn't be a problem with him undersized.
Okay, but they have a matchups though. Dylan Brooks. Look, because no. Because if you look how they guarded Zion, it was tough. Look, they had Dylan Brooks guarding Zion, and then they had Jaren Jackson like running. He was like kind of like
he was free safety because you don't have on the court. You don't have BI on the court.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Okay.
can't do
He
that
didn't
with
have
BI.
BI on the
Yeah,
court.
yeah. If BI's on the court, they can't do that. But yeah, a lot of teams were doing that. I think the Sixers
Milwaukee
did
was
it,
the first
Bucks
team.
did it, Memphis did it, and I want to say somebody. Oh, the Suns, they did it too.
Yes.
And
But
y'all keep
But
we
they
keep
started.
saying
Oh, and the Jazz, they started doing it. I think that they introduced it to everybody.
Hey, but man, we're gonna need Jackson Hayes to step up because if Larry Nance, if Larry,
they're not
no
gonna play
serious,
him.
no serious, seriously, because if Larry Nance out for the rest of the season, we're gonna sometimes need an athletic big. Sometimes.
Listen, you got to talk to Willie Green. Willie Green is not going to play Jackson Hayes. It's a rap.
I mean, if
It's a
he
rap.
need to, he will. I mean, if
Man,
we
our
got
best
to.
bet is right now is Willie Hernan Gomez.
No, Willie Hernan Gomez is
agree,
playing.
man.
But that's
I
what I'm
agree
saying.
with
But it could be some situations where we need
At
more
the power
athletic
forward.
big.
At the
Yeah,
power forward, not at the
yeah, that's what
center.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But he
That's what I'm
still
saying.
ain't gonna do that either. He's not gonna do that because we need. He's trying to get some type of shooting on the court. And even though Herb is not, he speeds up the game. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't, because Herb can't shoot. I don't know.
And
I don't
that's
know what he's
another.
doing.
And that's another thing I wanted to ask y'all. Speaking. So we have a very deep team, and we got a lot of players that we want to play. We want Kyra to play. We want Dyson to play. Who is eventually going to the bench and not getting too many minutes no more? Is it going to be Herb? Is it going to be is Dyson not going to play? Is Kyra not going to continue to play? Who are we replacing for who? Because we want to see Kyra play. We want to see Dyson play, but somebody's going to lose minutes, and who is that? Who is that going to be? Is it going to be Herb?
I could go first.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You know, so I'll say the starting unit, Herb got to come out. I'd rather, if you're going to maximize offense, I'll put Trey Murphy in, and I'll keep Josh Richardson there while Zion is not playing. So if you're going to maximize defense, I'm not even playing Alvarado. I'm putting Dyson Daniels in the backup point. I'm putting Dyson Daniels at the backup point. I'll play Najee, see how he playing. Willie Hernan Gomez, Kyra, and it's another player that I'm missing. Probably Herb. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I give it a,
somebody gonna be the odd out.
Well, I think with Jose, it depends on the situation. Because one thing about Jose, man, that energy is infectious, and
sometimes
we desperately need that energy, and he can provide that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but it depends on the matchup.
I think Jose has to have those minutes because we need some type of energy. We're struggling very, very badly. Just getting up and down the floor, just having energy, just being hungry out there.
I mean, he hasn't really been bringing energy the last couple games, but
I mean, well, what else is the answer?
where was that at right now?
I mean, we're not getting anything else.
I would say he brings energy at home.
Yeah.
We're a much better home team than a road team. So these
and that's
road
what
games,
role players do. They play better at home. He is
yeah.
a role player.
So when we get home, we're gonna see amazing games from these guys that didn't step up usually, and then we're gonna fall in love with them again, and then they're gonna set us up for this again. They lose on the road, they come on the road, play like shit. I'm looking at most of these players. Herb ain't playing nothing. Trey Murphy getting you 9 points. That was in Toronto. Najee gave you 7. Larry Nance gave you 3. Jose gave you 7. They really ain't do nothing. And we lost by 5. Then against the Knicks, I don't even know if anybody played good this whole game. I look at everybody play best.
There was nothing good about this game, JP.
Josh played good.
Richardson. Yeah, Josh Richardson. And Kyra. But they ain't give Kyra some minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What we doing with Kyra? Like that's what I'm saying. We so deep. We guard heavy.
Like, we guard heavy, but we ain't deep.
So it's like, man, everything's like situational. It's weird, but it's like you can't keep operating like that.
I got another question for y'all. Since y'all talking
Mhm.
about guards, what are we doing with Sebron?
Oh, wow. You
Bro.
might,
With
you
who?
might as well cut him.
DJ,
Keep,
bro.
Keeping him out the hood.
Nah, you might as well cut him.
We keep C-Ron out the
Don't do
hood.
that. Don't do
He
that to
ain't playing
DJ,
nothing.
man.
He's not playing.
DJ love his two-way players, man. I
Yeah,
respect it.
yeah, it's a rat.
I mean, he was on
He
the
fast,
Jose
man.
train, the Najee train. Who
Yeah,
else?
he was first.
Dalton Holmes.
DJ,
Don't
all
forget
of
about
them,
that one.
the undrafted
Darton
guys. DJ was on
Holmes.
them, man. So I
Darton
see
Holmes.
Brian could be that next one. We gotta give some time, but he ain't
We
getting no
we
minutes
don't got
right
no
now.
time to develop nobody. So
Yeah,
C
nah.
Brown, unless he gonna come in and be the next whoever, but
He like a Najee. We don't really need.
Nah,
And
he
another
need a
guy who
little
can't
more than that, bro. For
Well,
what
man,
he
we
could
really
be.
He
needed to get a
fast,
Sometimes
though.
sniper.
another guy who can't shoot.
We needed
yeah,
somebody
he
who
can't
could
shoot
just
move
Exactly.
Hey, I
like
got
Like a
like,
ball
Najee.
in the hole.
wait, Moses, I got a question for you. So how you felt when we traded Graham? Because I know he a shooter. I mean, he gonna shoot the ball. Like,
Nah, we don't.
Man, come on, man, don't play with me.
Well,
he
hey,
a shooter. He a shooter. You say we need more
exactly what.
shooter.
well,
he a
well,
bucket getter. That'd be the correct word, brother.
man, don't
Hey,
be.
you saw what he did in his first game with the Spurs. He had like
Man,
30
that
points.
But
boy was forcing
he's done that
everything.
with the Pels before too. He's had 30-point games with the Pels.
Yeah, but now that was different with the Spurs. They was force feeding him.
Yeah, they gave him a bunch of shots.
Yeah,
They gave
a
him
whole
like
bunch
20,
of
The
shots.
20.
Spurs, they've
It
lost
went to
15
like
straight.
double overtime too. Like,
Yeah.
And don't get me
Well,
wrong, like Josh is a bucket, y'all. Don't get it messed up.
I ain't say nothing wrong with Josh
Yeah, Jay
Richardson.
Rich
Josh
is
is a
solid. He's solid.
Yeah, Rich
solid.
starter,
He
man.
a rotation guy, but he ain't no
Yeah,
He a
he
starter on our team right now.
but if they would allow
He
him, if he wanted to
he
give
has
him
a very
buckets, he
strong
could.
IQ too. Like he makes very good. He makes pretty
Oh
good
yeah,
decisions.
excellent.
Like if you
Front,
look at
front.
his decision making, it's
Yeah.
like he sees a
I
lot of
think
And
things.
don't
man,
try
that's
to
just
find
like
him on
saying
the post.
one
He
got a
gonna
nice
find that
first.
post every time and steal the ball.
Yeah,
They be
yeah.
trying to post him up. He be like,
yeah.
man, get out of here.
He's a smart player, and I think that's really what gave him the edge as far as being in that starting lineup because
Easily.
he is such a smart player.
See, when you gotta look for adjectives to describe a person, bro, they ain't doing it. That's just like saying a woman got a good personality.
Nah. Josh,
Nah,
Yeah,
he ain't that.
hey,
Josh, yeah, Josh is
Josh
solid.
solid.
look,
hey, I'm kind of with
Yeah,
Moses though,
you
because
haven't
I'm
seen
like,
him.
he pretty solid, but he going from team to team. Like, is this
Look,
like these 2-3
So
games we just gonna
that's
get good out of him?
He
And
be
he gonna
he
be
be the
bad
odd
for the
man
whole
out though.
season?
That's what it
Like,
is.
well, I mean,
well. The thing
because he
is,
been
Dallas
going
had
from team to
they had
team.
Jalen
you
Brunson who
you
kind
have
of
guys like that. I mean, I look at him like a Karan Butler. Like
no,
he was a good
no,
enough
no, no,
piece to
no.
trade for other pieces, and you have guys like that.
No, he the kind that's the chick you date, but you don't make your wife. That's what that is.
What?
yo,
So
And then
he
also
gave
he
you
play a
he gave
position.
you
He's not no
16. He gave you 16 points, 2 rebounds, 4
4
assists,
steals.
4
come on,
steals. He
come
gave
on,
you
man.
4. He
He's been
gave you
good.
4 steals, 3 steals, 2 steals, and 5 steals in the
Come on
4
now.
games he played. He
Oh,
been
Yeah,
a
since
That's
he's
crazy.
played, he's been
how
in double
many
digits.
shots has he
He's put
knocked
up
down?
double digit numbers.
double digit. He been giving you 10 points, 8 points, 11 points, 16 points.
come
He
on
He's
now.
definitely consistent.
He give you at least 3 rebounds. He give you at least 10 points, 8 points, 11 points, 16 points. He give you at least 4 or 3 steals, or 4 3 assists too. Come on, he affects every
Solid.
part of the
He's a
Is
game.
he
good
going?
rotation.
Is he gonna be able to consistently do that
He's a
though?
Hell
good
yeah.
rotation.
Yeah,
He did it
he's
all
done.
4
He did
games.
it for the Heat. He did it for the Celtics, and he did it for the
He's a
Spurs.
good
He did
rotation.
it for
You
all.
can
He did
tell
it for all
it's
4
literally
players.
his
Why
identity.
they let him go though? Because like he just
Because he's a
They rebuilding.
They rebuilding. They
They
try to get
they
on
something
wanted
from him.
him to go
Boston.
somewhere
and
and
he's a
win.
veteran player.
And
That's a
plus
player
his
to win
last year
with.
of the contract. That's why they let him go, because he's last year of the contract. They wanted to get something for him because he's gonna walk.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna pay him
He ain't
for.
got
I think he get paid 12
rotation.
million. They ain't paying him no like 12 million.
Y'all think we gonna pay him? Are we gonna pay him?
Nah,
Dudes like that don't want
I
to take
doubt it.
either.
Well,
Yeah,
it
I don't
depends
think.
because we have a lot of expiring contracts
Man,
on the
Josh
team.
Richardson
Nah.
So
for the
depending
mid-level
on
champion next year.
what direction the Pels go in, I mean, he may have a spot, but it's kind of up in the air right now.
Unless we trade Big V, we're not getting him. We're not signing him because he'll be in a luxury tax. We'll be in a luxury tax. Bring his contract back. That's luxury tax. We only got 7. We're gonna be $7 million under the cap.
Yeah, I don't think he's worth being under a luxury tax. I don't know if Miss B would roll with Josh Richardson being the reason we're on the luxury tax.
No. And unless it's somebody that can actually give you some real legitimate, I'm going to the playoffs or I'm going to the finals vision. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. And the way the buyout market is, nah, you don't even got to do stuff like that. The buyout market's gonna be crazy.
So my thing is, and I'm pretty sure all y'all, if y'all haven't been on the show for God knows how long, y'all know I actually work at the Smoothie King and all that other bull crap. What about and I've seen some glimpse. I've seen some glimpse. If y'all know what that word means, y'all know what I'm talking about.
We understand.
I've seen some running from E.J. Liddell. Y'all think he coming back this season?
No. He's coming back from an ACL, man.
Nah, they go
Yeah,
round.
nobody's ever come back from an ACL
within a year. Yeah.
And Peterson.
But that's football. They tough.
Then he a rookie too. They just gonna let him.
Yeah, he's coming back next year.
Adrian Peterson.
You have an ACL tear, you out for the year.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be doing all that jumping with no ACL.
No.
And that's basketball. Yeah, different. You need them. Yeah, you need that bounce.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, about that. You know, I coached Ryan Perlew in high school. He tore his ACL in March and came back, and he started the game in September. But you know, everybody's different.
Was that basketball, football?
Was that pro?
No, it's high.
You was a quarterback, Parallel for LSU that one year. At Appalachian State, right, Mo?
Huh?
Then he went to Appalachian State when he got cut off LSU, right?
No, he went to the school in Alabama, man. Whatever. And then he played with the Giants for a little minute.
Well, with this medical staff,
oh shit,
he's not coming back.
He's not coming back. Not with this medical staff. He's out for the years, like 2 years actually. God damn. Medical staff is terrible.
Hey, man, I'm not even upset with Zion anymore, man. That's just the way he is.
Like I said before, Zion, all his injuries are all on the right side. What that's telling me is he overcompensating. All his injuries are on his right side. Every last injury he had, going back into college days, is all on the right side. Right thumb, right knee, right hamstring, right foot. Everything is on the right side. So, he is a problem with this right side.
Well, I just think, bro, that dude is such a physical freak. I mean, some of the stuff is unexplainable that he could do physically. So, man, I can understand all the other stuff that happened, man. That dude, watch it. He walks like somebody that's like, Jesus, man, just, I don't know. He's just not like everybody else, man. That dude,
He's side to side with it.
Yeah, man, he's just different, man, because he's a bundle of power, man.
So if you think he's going, are you saying he's going to be like this for his rest of his career?
Man, if I know that, and if I had that kind of ability, I'd be trying to get them lottery numbers, bro.
Well, then, if you think he's going to be like that, then why don't trade him then?
Why don't what?
We might as well trade him then.
Man, you don't walk away from Beyonce, man. What's wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, but if you think Beyonce is
beat up in the elevator, man, you ain't going nowhere.
Hey, man, we gotta
I think his body just needs to adjust to, to pro basketball. When you look at Embiid and look at Steph, they were in and out for long stretches with their injuries.
Steph was the ankles,
and their bodies adjusted. And they probably made changes.
They did.
So I think that's the thing with Zion. I know everybody wants to get bent out of shape and want to call out Odin's name, but Odin wasn't putting up Zion numbers. Okay. Just want to make that clear to everybody. But, he just needs to adjust, get all the way 100. And once his body adjusts, I think he's going to be fine.
I just think he needs to prioritize strengthening up his right side. His left side is his dominant side. That's his strong man.
There's a lot of things that guys do.
That's what CJ was saying. He do yoga and Pilates.
Yeah. A lot of NBA players do a lot of different things that are unconventional, and that's what Zion kind of needs to do.
Dude, but you can't even explain what he is. But there's never been a person like that before. I don't know, man. That dude might be from Krypton or something. I don't know.
Well, he better use the Kryptonian magic or something. He better be Superman. Work good in the sun. I'm looking at this buyout market. I'm looking at some of the people that's on this buyout market. I ain't gonna get down on the Zion. So it's LaMarcus Aldridge is up here. Willie Harden. Willie. I ain't look down there. I'm at the page right now. Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh, it might be here. That's a good pickup right there.
He's 29 years old. DeMarcus Cousins, Ed Davis.
Damn, that's good.
Derek Favors.
Damn, we didn't get
Serge Ibaka.
Oh, damn.
Tristan Thompson.
Nah.
And Hassan Whiteside.
What are we doing?
You said one name that stuck here. I think Willie Cauley-Stein.
I'll take any one of them.
Yeah.
He would probably be the best bet.
Man, I'll take Hassan.
I'll take honestly. I'll take any one of them. Honestly,
yeah.
On none of them cats.
All of them go hard.
Not Hassan.
Okay, well, let me look at the power forwards. Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, Gary Clark.
Nah. We need somebody that can protect the paint too. Nah.
Yeah, Paul Millsap. Reggie Perry. Rest is nobody.
I would take Garrett Temple out and pick up Will Barton. I think he's bought out by the Wizards.
I see Kent Bazemore. I don't see Will Barton. I don't see him up here.
He recently just got bought out by them.
Oh.
I don't know why he wouldn't be on there.
What about Rodney Hood? No.
Yes.
We don't. This is nothing up here. It's Tony Snell. No more Tony Snell.
No Tony Snell.
Didi Lazada up here. I didn't even know Didi Lazada was.
Any snipers? Anybody?
Hey, y'all. Hey, question.
None.
That are 50% from behind the arc.
Where's that dude we just drafted? That center that was athletic. Where is he at?
Oh, you talking about
EuroLeague?
Magmanovich?
Yeah, he's still overseas, I think.
Okay. How y'all think he gonna be? He was athletic. I don't know what.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Jackson Hayes, but with a 3-point shot.
Well, I hope we take the game serious though.
A lot of overseas cats take the game seriously.
What about Wayne Ellington? He can shoot. I remember him.
Stop, man. Won't you stop?
No, I'm trying to look for somebody, man. Oh, listen.
He a shooter, Mo.
What Wayne Ellington can shoot.
Man, stop it, man.
Jared Culliver. Oh,
they waived him?
Yeah.
Because he was with the Hawks
right now, man.
He's not. I don't think he's confident enough. He doesn't play aggressive enough. He's kind of trying to find himself.
Avery Bradley up here too.
What we got?
Is Brett Forbes? Brett Forbes is still, unless he's on the team.
Nah, he's dealing with some legal stuff. He has a domestic thing going on.
Yeah,
man, he still can shoot though.
Right now,
he can shoot though. Etuan Moore. No. Hey man, he can shoot.
We try to give everybody flashbacks now.
I'm just saying, man.
I know it's getting late.
We need
so Willie can run more 3-guard lineups.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We need a shooter. Langston Galloway. No. I guess I ain't saying no. Jeremy Lamb, Mason Jones, Scotty Lewis. It's nothing up here. Sorry, I'm just trying to give you names. So it ain't nothing. Denzel Valentine.
I would want him.
No, he can't. He doesn't really do anything well.
All right, Lou Williams.
Now I wouldn't mind, trying him out. He's a bucket.
Sweet Lou Williams.
Shoot, we could get Jamal Crawford too. If
they gonna
he ain't
Rajon Rondo.
Bring Rondo now.
Rondo.
That's our assistant coach right there, ASAP.
He ain't gonna do it.
That should be our Garrett Temple, Rondo.
There you go. There you go.
Bring Rondo over. Please bring Rondo.
Well,
Yeah.
if we brought Rondo, we would definitely have to sit Herb because we can't have two people out there that can shoot.
Rondo will make it before her.
Gonna play off of.
Rondo will make a shot before her.
Yeah, I know.
Rondo a gamer.
Well, I'm saying like we definitely gonna have to put Trey in, and Herb gonna have to come off the bench.
What about Isaiah Thomas?
Who?
Isaiah Thomas? The other Isaiah Thomas? I don't even know where he at. I think
we
he
had
signed
him.
overseas.
We had him and then we cut him.
We cut him. Yeah, he ain't coming back to this team.
No, he's with he's with Charlotte.
He posted on his
He plays for Charlotte.
No.
I thought they got rid of him. I know he had went there.
I don't recall if they got rid of him. I mean, Charlotte hasn't been doing too great, so it's not like they had a reason to get rid of him.
Let me see. I don't know. I ain't see Charlotte team in a long time.
Charlotte's actually on a winning streak. They've won 4 games in a row.
The other night.
Ain't that something? Ain't that's crazy? Nah, I don't see him up on his lineup. You talking about Isaiah Thomas? I don't see him.
He's working in the front
I guess
office.
they let him go.
Yeah, they let him go, and I remember
I thought they let him go.
he almost scored 100 points in some type of exhibition game.
Yeah, I thought he was overseas.
He was crying like after the game, saying, they forgot about me. And nobody signed him.
And man, that was last year when he did that, right? I remember that video.
That was last year. I could be wrong.
I thought that was a long time ago.
I tell you what, we about to bring
still paid, right?
ISO Joe back.
Who?
I don't know. He's a half court guy.
Well, I don't know about ISO Joe, but I got Josh in his bag back.
I don't see him. He might be for this.
Yeah, I think Lou Williams is actually sounding pretty good because he is a bucket.
That shooting. If you saying shooting, we need another shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
ISO Joe back. Let's go.
I mean, dude was the leading scorer for the Clippers off the bench.
Yeah. Derrick Rose about to hit the buyout market.
He's going to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Y'all want Dwight?
I don't see Dwight up here.
No, he's overseas in Taiwan.
Yeah, I thought he was signed overseas.
He seems like a half court guy. He doesn't. I don't know.
Y'all think? Well, he can't leave that deal in, or I will give him a shot. I mean, he athletic, big.
I think they had to buy him out of his contract. I think they got to buy him out of his contract if they want him.
It can't be too expensive. I mean,
shit.
I think that's your only.
That might be making $10 million over there, man. You talking about he can't be too expensive.
You think they? Oh, okay.
I
What
don't
league
know.
that is?
Dudes, man.
What league? Taiwan league? What league that is?
I know it's a Chinese basketball league.
If they waive GT,
They're not. Oh, man. I don't know why they not, but they're not. They don't seem like they're waiving them.
Well, to open up a roster spot for any of those guys that you mentioned.
Yeah.
What, Sebron and somebody else?
We talking about Dwight Howard?
Yeah. He was the last time they said he was in it was a wild fight over there, and like a fan come on the court and they was fighting.
I don't know, the coach. The coach came out to hit the...
Oh yeah, it was the coach. Yeah. You're right. And Dwight was sitting on the bench.
To me, like I said, man, I wouldn't mind us. Like that's why I feel like we need to some real enforcers like with a name on them. Add Rondo and Dwight, I think that'll add a lot of energy to the whole team.
Rondo.
Man,
Rondo gotta be about 40 years old. He can't.
Man, that man is a genius. And
What?
And yes, he's a genius.
I mean, he Rondo
Win,
Bro, he
man,
old.
win
is a
He
every.
nice
can't
point guard.
shoot. He
Well,
That
can't
y'all
boy,
agree.
shoot.
that boy is a
old.
genius. He was half of the reason why AD be balling. When he went to LA,
Yeah,
AD was balling. When he was in New Orleans, AD was balling. He
yeah,
has an impact on
That's
people
true.
in the locker
yeah.
room, bro.
That was about 5 years ago, though.
Man,
That was
Rondo's
2018. 5
they
years
ain't
ago.
never losing your IQ.
Man, y'all sound like a bunch of people talking because y'all don't want to go to sleep, man.
Not for real though, yeah.
Well, hey, if y'all talking about Rajon Rondo, hell, y'all might go get Tariq Evans.
No, man. I'm talking
Oh
about
Lord
people.
Jesus, man.
I'm talking about
We
people
we
that's
need.
going to really have an effect
I
on the
thought
whole locker room, man.
I ain't see Tyreek. I don't even know what is he playing or doing anything? Because after his situation, he ain't been playing at all. That
You
I
know
think he
what?
had.
I think he was on some I don't know. He was in the G League and he got a tryout. I forget what team he had it. He got on, but I don't know if he did well enough. No, that was it. It was during summer league. Remember, he was on one of them
I
squads.
know
They
he,
picked him up.
I don't remember.
I know he got reinstated, so he's. I mean,
And
he's
he did
eligible.
okay, but in comparison to the young players, I guess they were expecting more from him.
But I mean, I mean, y'all could say we can use Tariq Evans I mean,
Man, we don't need Tyreek. We need some people that's going to ball and affect the locker room. He can't affect the locker room. If we're going to ask somebody else, I need somebody that's going to affect the locker room in a good, positive way. And
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Being an
Rondo's out then because Rondo might not. He gonna butt head with the coach, especially
Yeah.
if you think he's smarter than him. So
Yeah, I feel like we need all that. We too positive. We need some of that extra, the gritty right now. We need that. We need some arguments in the locker room. That's the problem.
yeah.
And we punch somebody
Well,
upside the head in there.
every great team has had some friction in the locker room.
Man, you need that.
And I
We've
think
heard
that's
that.
the problem.
It's
Y'all
too
right.
much.
I think it's the players. Y'all keep saying y'all want to go after that coach who was just with Boston and y'all want to have 4 coaches for BI and Zion. Man, it's the players, man. Let's be real. It's the players. It's not the coaches. It's the players. These players, like, some got to get in. Like, we can't just keep get another head coach, blame it on the medical. Man, it's the players, man. Like, they need to do better, bro. It start with them.
Okay.
Be real.
What's
I
the
think it's
biggest,
a
what's the biggest
combination.
problem?
It's a combination, yeah.
But we got to go
The
deeper.
reason being is
What's the biggest problem with the players? Who's the biggest problem?
I think it start with
Herb
two
and Jonas.
guys. I think it started with 2 guys, Zion and
Yeah.
I think it started with them.
And CJ.
I think just not
Right.
CJ.
Man,
Yeah,
CJ playing kitty right now, man.
he is. Not
So we
passing
all
the ball.
so
I think it started with your 3 main guys.
okay. Then it's Bi, Zion, Bi, CJ.
Well, they're not. I don't feel like
And I
problem.
think it's the availability, man. I saw a stat. It was like since 2019, Zion and BI has only played like 35% of the games together. Like, bro, like you gotta be available, bro. Like, what's that saying? The best ability is availability. Like, that's true, bro. Like, you gotta be able to play, bro. Like, these guys need to stop making excuses. Oh, my toe hurting. Oh, my hand. Like, bro, just go out on the court, bro, and play, bro. Y'all need to play, bro.
So you think
like y'all don't have no
hurt like that?
Bro, I don't know if it's like I hate that like new generation stuff, man. Like, bro, play, bro. Like, come on, man. Y'all don't have no type of like. Why y'all think y'all don't need to play? Y'all haven't done nothing yet, bro. Y'all not Golden State. Golden State, you know, they set out their players, but I mean, they champions. Like, what have y'all done to be missing all that games, bro? Like, come on, man. We gotta start putting it on the players, bro.
But they've been
Like,
kind of medical.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I don't think they was
Well,
faking the injury though.
I don't think
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
It's the
faking it.
medical
like
staff.
the guys
Yeah, I
want to
think it's the
play. I
medical
don't think
staff.
that's really in question. I just think it's just been
Freakish.
a little bit of bad luck. I mean, like I said, like you look at Embiid, you look at Steph. They were out their first few years, like the rookie contracts. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
look at them now. They're available and they're playing for their team. I think with Zion's case, he just his
It's different
his
though.
body needs to adjust to the NBA schedule and all that stuff.
well, I
Yeah.
don't know if
But
Bi
the
necessarily want to play because if you go back to the game against Utah, man, the dude swiped at him and tipped him on his nose. He got a
bruh,
concussion.
right.
He stomped the back.
I was like,
He
God
stomped his
damn.
toe.
You absolutely right.
He stomped his
And
toe. Look, he kicked the back of the dude heel. He missed 2 damn months, man.
right.
That's
You're
crazy.
right. Moses, and then the next week, Russell Westbrook get hit in the head and he bleeding, and he finished the game in the head. He get hit in the head by the Spurs player. Dude bleeding, hit in the head, and he finished that game, and they played the next game. And
So
B.I.
you
get
so
hit
you
by
saying
Nigel
B.I. is
Russell on
soft?
accident.
Nah,
So
he that
so what y'all
I think
saying is
He is.
B.I.
He
is
injury
soft.
prone.
he might
He is.
Soft as
And
drugstore
and
cotton.
I want to say
I
this
wouldn't
too
say real
to
soft,
all
but
the
he probably is
Pelicans fans
That boy
fragile.
out
is
there.
soft as
Of
truck
a
store cotton.
To
drugstore
all the
cotton?
Pelicans
That's
fans
pretty
out
soft,
there.
bro.
Yeah, man.
We gotta be honest. Look, the Pelicans, we can't make fun of AD being in street clothes when we got BI. He's street clothes.
Yes,
2.0. Like he's street clothes too. We can't make fun of
Yeah.
AD. Come on, man. We gotta be real. And
Oh,
then
bro.
Zion, like, come on, bro. Like the thing with Zion too is it's like he get injured and then his injury get worse. Like with the toe last year, he was supposed to play and then it got injured again. And then he was supposed to come back mid-season,
Well,
got
it
injured
wasn't his
again,
toe; it
missed
was
the
his
whole
whole
season.
foot.
Now it's the hamstring. Now he's supposed to come back All-Star. Then the setback, like, dude, like, come on, bro. Like, it's the setbacks with Zion. He's
But I
supposed to
believe
be
Zion
playing and
injuries
he
are real,
don't.
man. It's Brandon Ingram with that
Nah,
bullet
yeah.
injury.
Yeah, it's Brian Anger.
Like, I don't know
So
if you
it's
noticed the
BI.
time that even when Zion was playing, like, even with like when he had he sprained his ankle during the game, he kept playing. Like, he didn't come out the game. Now after a while they wanted to bring him out, but he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
trying to come out. Like, Zion
They
has
just
shown
fight
that
through it.
he
Yeah.
has fought through some injuries, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously, once the medical team got a whiff of it, they were like, okay, you're out for the rest of the game.
And
Like,
when
the dude wants
Zion
to
wanted
play.
to come back after that he didn't want to sit out the whole year for his foot. He wanted to
No,
come
he
back.
didn't.
He wanted to come back a long time before
Huh?
they just sat him. They said, no, it's good just to sit you for the rest of the year. And we sat him even though we was going to the playoffs because he wanted to come back for the playoffs. He
Yeah,
kept saying he
remember
wanted to
all
go.
those dunk videos he was doing? He was
Yep.
trying to
Right,
let them
right.
know that he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
it's
like,
BI
what else
with
can you
that.
do?
So I
He
think
most
it's just
probably gave us
BI.
1 or 2
All
games.
right,
He didn't
all
hurt
right,
something
family.
else.
We
Shit.
actually got a new person, even though we've been on here for like forever, and we was
Uh-oh.
getting ready to start wrapping up. Got somebody new, so I'm gonna let them get
Yeah.
the floor for a second. What's going on, my man, Brandon Williams? What's up with you, brother?
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
What's
So
up? What's up?
What's up?
sorry I'm late. I listen all the time, but I'm just now getting in. But just wanted to say a couple of little frustrations because a lot of things going on with the Pels, man.
Saints
So
were
see, you said Saints. I was just about to say that. Do they kind of remind you of how the Saints season started and ended, like offensively? The similarities, like we can't do anything right, and we know we have all of this talent. Isn't that similar to how the Saints, like we couldn't
Well,
move the ball. We didn't have
I'm,
Michael Thomas. We had injuries.
I'm gonna tell you like this, my buddy. I was born in the '60s, right? So the Saints, they remind me of the Saints, man. Up and down, can't get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Something always happening. So they just like the Saints' history, to be honest with you.
It's sad, man.
Sad, man.
Hey, and the
I just want
Saints
a good
and the
season.
Pelicans, didn't they have they had the same medical staff?
No, they
I
don't.
know it. They did. They did.
At
yeah.
one
They
time,
be
they
sharing,
did.
yeah,
The
because they be
Saints said
sharing the
they
same
did share
rehab
medical
building and all that.
services.
Yeah, but the
It's been a
medical
while. It's
staff
been like
can't.
3 years since that's been a thing.
Dude, Dude, when a dude sprain his ankle, the medical staff ain't got nothing to do with somebody spraining their ankle or breaking their foot, man. That's the guy. We look for all kind of excuses, man. Man, the bottom line is, man, I saw guys in the 80s and the 90s roll their ankle. Man, Michael Jordan come back in the game. Man, Dyson Daniels rolled his ankle in this, 3 weeks, man? That wasn't even that bad, man. I just don't know, bro. It's just the
Come on,
times,
come
bro.
on, Bo.
Nah,
He had a high
that
ankle
Dyson
sprain,
Daniels,
bro.
You know
he had a
what?
high ankle
man, it's the
sprain.
times,
Weak
man. That
injuries
boy
sometimes,
soft,
even
man.
in football, man.
And
Come
Gundy
on,
said
Bo.
it. Like
That boy
a while
soft.
back.
I agree with
He
the
was talking
it's a
to
softer generation. I agree it's a
That boy
softer
soft, man.
generation.
I don't know
But
about the example.
Yeah.
yeah, that example was bad. I would say that example was kind of bad. But I would say that it's more the medical staff. It's more a list of people that's telling you got to go through this check, you got to go through that check, you got to walk a certain way. Oh, we
It's
got to
called the
ramp
ramp
you up. I got to ramp you up. You gotta play 3 on
Yep.
1-on-1,
All kind of
3
shit.
on 3, 5-on-5 before
Then
you
you
get
gotta
on the
go to
goddamn
G
court.
League.
Ronnie
You gotta go
Go to
to
unicycle
G
G
League.
League.
like a jungle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
it
huge
never was
checklist
this
that they
much.
gotta
It
go
was
through.
it
Yeah.
was never this much
And
just
you
to
can
get
only
to that.
play 15 minutes this game and then not
Right.
22 the next game. I'm like, man,
It
this
is.
shit is
Man.
crazy. Them
Have
dudes are
you?
young, man.
I
Stephen
actually think
Gundy had a
those
point too.
procedures is what leads to more injuries, to be honest
Not for
with you.
real.
It could
They
be.
They
might as
go
well
about
cut the
stuff
season,
and
the
not
amount of
allowing them
games.
to play through some stuff.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Science is good and science is bad. It's just like when you was raising your kids. When I was growing up, man, they used to whip your ass. Now you can't
Yes.
whip your kids, and they talk crazy to you if not, well, not mine, but they want you to let your kids talk crazy. So now we got all of this science. Oh, they playing too much. Man, these guys used to play 82 games, man.
But
Now they got to load manage and all kind of crazy stuff, man. Man, them dudes young, man.
Man, the
I
only teams that
well,
should be low managers is the ones that constantly making it to the finals. They get a pass.
Yeah,
I
we look
agree.
like
so
load managing somebody, and we lose, and we punting on games and stuff like we
Right.
that good, man. We crazy, man.
well, this nowadays is a lot different than it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was a lot. It was much better back in the day. But I think they just gotta. It's science is good and science is bad. But once they globalize the game, there's a lot more money in the game. They do a lot more procedures. It's just a lot more. I'm bringing money in. So when a big corporation is taking over a sport, it's going to look watered down. They it's a take foul rule. You can't foul on a break. That's to get more fast breaks. You could do a Euro step more. You can travel all day. You could dribble all
Carry.
day.
You
You could
can't
do
travel if you're
carry
the
all day.
Pelicans, J
You
Black.
Oh
can't
yeah,
Come
you
on.
travel
just
if you're the
can't. Yeah,
Pelicans.
you just can't travel if you're a Pelican.
Hey,
My
Jay,
bad. So when they starting to revolutionize the game, quote unquote, they're just trying to bring more money in and be acceptable to everybody, and be very cautious on the players that they have. Like Zion, they're super cautious to a fault. Like I swear, I can tell you he wants to play. I can see it in his eyes. I can read body language pretty good. He wants to play.
Jay
They're
Black,
not allowing him to play.
Well,
They're
you know
not
who you gotta
allowing him to play.
blame.
Jay
You know you
Black,
gotta
That's why he be
blame
having a
though.
little fake smile on.
Jay Black. I got a question for you, right? Now
Yeah.
you're not a trainer, you're not a doctor, but if somebody got a sprain or swollen ankle, how would you treat it?
You would treat it with ice. You would treat it ice first, ice to bring down the swelling, to get more blood circulating in the joint. Then you want to heat up the foot to make it circulate faster. So you use ice, then you use heat. Then you use water. Using water therapy is to actually recover the bone moving faster. Because I'm a
See,
boxing coach.
there's an
So
acronym, right?
nah, yeah.
And then you
You talking about
tape it up.
tape it
There's an
up? Nah, there's an
no,
acronym for it.
it's called rice, right?
Rice, rest, ice, compression, and elevation.
Exactly. So don't come tell me those training staffs, everybody do the same thing, man. Ain't no mysteries to treat that stuff. And then now we start to get into STEM and all that, right?
You're
So
right.
to say that the training staff is the reason why, man, that's hogwash.
No, but the
Players.
training staff use different methods. They don't use they use resistant bands. They don't use the
Yeah,
if
but
you go through they
initially
use
they got to treat it
a
the
record.
same way. Initially, they have to treat it the same way to get the
I,
swelling down.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
We gotta take a deeper dive into how they do it because our players stay hurt longer and get re-aggravated more than anybody else. I never heard of this many people getting hurt. Zion get hurt and hurt again too many times. He get
Yeah, but
hurt
he
once
predisposed,
and
bro.
then he get hurt again.
Right.
Then he gonna get hurt again. Like, come on, how many times he gonna get
Like
hurt?
that's not a luck thing. Like he doing something wrong. The foot. He was supposed to come back. Then he re-injured it.
Re-aggravated.
The setbacks. That's what it is.
Well, it was
He having
his foot was
setbacks.
healing
The
very
foot
slow.
with the
Dude,
hamstring.
Zion,
Like something fishy with that, bro. How you
but
keep
he's an
getting setbacks,
outlier, bro. He's an outlier physically, so you can't really put him like in a group. If you're taking some numbers or trying to do some kind of research and putting a group together or whatever to come up with an analogy,
Okay.
he's the guy that's on the outside of that, man, because he's different, man. He's a freak. You understand what I'm saying? So he's not like everybody else. So how he gets injured and how he heals is going to be different, man. There's never been a man like him before. I mean, the
what
next guy
about
20
BI?
years away.
What about BI? What is the toe injury? You were just talking about the toe injury, and he was out for like 5
You know what I got to
weeks?
say about BI?
And he was, and look,
I smell.
when he,
That's what I smell. That's
Oh,
what it be.
come on, man. You
That's
ain't
what
gonna hold
BI.
the same standard for Zion then. Both of them did.
no, but
He
with
ain't.
BI, y'all
Man,
remember
BI,
when he
man,
first
you
got
look at,
hurt?
go back and look
He was
at BI injuries, man. He kicked the back of Dylan
let me.
Brooks' foot, man. The guy hit him in the
I
nose in the
remember.
Jazz game. He came out with a concussion. The dude hit him in the nose.
You're
Man,
right.
come on.
I can't
Man,
say that. You can't take a punch.
Okay, wait.
man, I done
I
been
was
playing with my
Hey,
kids. I done been playing with my kids and got hit in
Moses
the
though.
nose, man. What I look like to act like I got a concussion.
And I swear BI be trying to stagger his plan. I swear he be trying to come back when Zion playing, BI try to rest more. And then when we need him back, he'll try to come back.
Dude, if BI was in the military, bro, he would be hit with malingering. That's a charge, bro.
okay.
That's a
Let me
charge
see.
for what he doing. That's a charge, bro. That dude don't want to work.
They still money.
Nah.
Man, get out of here, man.
What this year it was a lot of injuries. Let me see.
Last year too. I
His
mean, it was like
wrist.
27 games.
His
last year, I
wrist.
think.
He hurt his wrist last year. His hamstring was sore. Man, you ain't
So
got no muscle on that little bony ass body.
God damn, man.
yeah,
Gosh.
it was
sorry,
it was
man.
the toe, it was rest, it was toe, it was undecided. He was hurt. They didn't even know why he got hurt. He was under the undisclosed injury. Then it was a concussion.
Yeah, he had a
It was the
concussion.
ankle. It was Achilles. It
Maybe
was his
because he
hip.
got a bad body, so it might be susceptible. I mean, because he's so bony, bro. That dude is bony, man.
Nah, he put weight on. He put weight on every year. He was
So
some
what he
weight
weigh
on
now?
every year.
195 now? Shit.
Probably.
I wish I had this problem.
Yeah, but this year it was more toe. The toe was the problem, and they said they rest him.
Hey,
I'm
but
just
you know
saying.
what's weird about that too though? Y'all remember when he got injured that Grizzlies game? Like the next day or the next day or the second to the next day. It was like he was supposed to be day to day. Like he was
Yes.
day to day.
He was
and then
day
he
to
missed
day.
2 months. Like
2
what?
Yeah, they said it was an undisclosed injury. So he was supposed to come back from the concussion pretty fast, but it did take like 2 months. Then he hurt his toe.
Well,
So
It take him 10 games to get right after he injured to come when he come back.
One thing Bi said is that he still feels pain in that toe.
Yes.
Like after the games, like it is sore, and
Okay.
that's why like they didn't want him to play back to backs because they wanted to give his toe time to to heal up enough where it can be bearable for him to play again. But he still feels pain while he's playing, and that's
And
according to him.
Pain is part of the game.
With a lot of
Yeah,
injuries,
I
man.
agree.
Right.
But you talking about a toe, and you talking about his big toe. That's where you get your lift.
Yeah.
For your shot and everything. So
That's everything.
I mean, that's like every single time he's jumping and all that stuff.
Cutting, jumping, cutting, everything.
Yeah.
Everything done with your feet. So especially in basketball. So I don't know.
I was on Twitter and I was looking at now I know he's not on the team no more, but some people, Lonzo, he got some crazy fans, and some people were saying because he has a weird injury right now, like he can't even weird injury with that knee. But
Yeah.
but I saw
Them
some
Triple
people was
B
trying
shoes
to.
jacked him up.
They was they was trying to say like the Pelicans medical staff was like they messed them up. I don't know if they was just
No,
salty, but
no,
Nah,
no,
like
it
no,
was
no,
them Triple
no.
He
B
never had a
shoes.
significant
No.
injury over here, so how did they
Yeah,
mess him
because
up?
no,
He
but
didn't.
I
He
think they
didn't.
was
he had
trying to say
problems with the
like they hit
Lakers.
his. I think they was trying to
They
say
hit
like
his.
his injury or something, and like then he got to the Bulls. I don't know, but they was
Yeah,
trying to blame on the Pelicans medical staff.
those
I
problems
was
No.
started when
like,
he was at the
They
That boy,
they
Lakers.
that
signed
boy
no,
played the whole
they
season with
signed
the
Lonzo as
Bulls,
a
man.
free agent.
Damn near.
They
It
signed
was,
him as a free agent, so they did a physical on him. That's their business, and they our
yeah,
business.
it was a
that's
sign and
true, bro.
trade. It was a sign and trade. They did a full physical, and he played a lot of games with them. So I don't know about that. That could be some conspiracy thing. If you
Yeah,
could
that
look
might have
for
been
it,
yeah.
but I don't think
Man, that ain't our problem, man.
Tell him it's the
that's not
That
cold
what
keep it
weather.
happened.
It
moving.
caused poor blood circulation from Chicago because it's so cold next to
That's
the
their
ice.
problem, bro.
Hey,
We
we
ain't worried
got
about that.
Garrett Temple and Saturansky for him, so
Oh,
all
that
goods
was
are playing.
No, yeah, we got a bag
yeah,
of
that
chips,
was that.
a bag of chips and a Coke.
I
Hey,
don't even know if there's a
we got
bag of
that
chips.
trade. We got
That's,
that trade exception though. That
oh
they
yeah, that
turned into
trade
Larry
exception.
Nance. Turning Larry Nance though.
And that
We
was a
got
stale,
I thought
that
it
was a
was we
stale
got
bag of
PJ.
chips. It wasn't even a fresh bag of chips.
Yeah, it was
nah,
a
man. That
yeah.
was fresh, Mose. It was some church peppermints. You know, like the old ladies give you. That's what we got.
But that Lonzo Ball injury, when I read it said degenerate, I didn't that shit about to go. I don't know if he going. That sounds like a career-ending injury though. That's what it sounds like,
Yeah, they saying that
in
he
my
may not
opinion.
play again.
He got some ejections, so they're trying to see if that's gonna work. That's what I
Man,
heard.
they said he ain't even been walking.
That ain't our business.
Oh, I'm just saying, but we ain't got the worst
He
injury.
done got that Pelican curse.
God
Yeah,
damn, man.
Nah, he got that
don't
Triple B
Somebody
curse.
yeah,
somebody put that
don't
boot
call it.
on him after he
Yeah,
left, man.
don't say it's the Pelican curse 'cause I don't want no more of
Nah,
that.
it's from his
Oh,
shoes, y'all. He had
yeah.
those problems at the Lakers because Magic when he was
Big
there.
baller brain.
Oh
I
man,
don't think he what I
That
think
big
he
full
stopped wearing
axle.
them.
What's going on with his feet or his ankles?
No, that was in the Lakers. He stopped wearing them there. That's why they cut him from the brand. He wanted to go to want to wear his own brand and they didn't like that. Triple B, his father, they had a big fallout about that. He wanted to wear his own brand. He ain't even like wearing Triple B's. So it wasn't the Triple B
I
sneakers.
ain't gonna
Not
say
that I
nothing bad
know of.
about that because they
He
had the right
did say them
idea. They just
shoes was
didn't get it
messing
right.
his feet up though, Jay Black. Lexus not lying. He went
Yeah,
on a podcast and actually said that himself. He said the
yeah.
shoes would be
Magic
falling
and
apart and
Palinka
he'd have
went
to
to
switch them
him
in half
during
Yeah,
the
time.
but
practice.
that was before he came to the Pelicans. He stopped
Nah,
wearing them.
he was on the Pelicans when he said that.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
LeVar Ball should know better than that. Make a bad shoe, man. Black people got
He
bad
saying
feet
them
anyway,
shoes was
and you
cheap.
gonna put that man in them bad shoes.
I bet you he wish he had that Nike deal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay,
That's
you
what I
might be
think was
right.
wrong with Bi. Bi would probably got corns and bunions on his feet, man. It's like my grandmother with that old stone rubbing the bottom of his feet, trying to get that stuff off, man.
Some Pro Jams and some corns.
I got a question for y'all, like about these injuries, right? Like, I think we know. Okay, number one and number two guys, whether it's the medical staff or it's their own personal problems, they get hurt too much, right? And I think we know. Okay, one, you can't afford your main two guys missing a long amount of games, right? We can't afford that, and they've been missing too much games. So I got a question. Would y'all? I wouldn't trade Zion, but Bi. I'm not saying to trade Bi, but I'm also saying he ain't untouchable. Like if somebody calling me, I'm listening. If somebody calling me about Zion, I'm hanging up. But Bi though, because it's like they both talented, but I
Who
don't
would
think
you
you
trade
could
him for?
have two. Look, but I don't think you could have two
Victor
guys
Wembanyama.
missing time.
Well,
Oh,
look,
well,
Who would I trade him
let me tell
for,
you
Jay
how
oh
we
Black?
made
yeah,
a mistake.
Victor. Oh yeah,
Look,
yeah.
Jay Black,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Where?
Nah, I'm not
Let
even
me tell
joking.
you what mistake we made, and I can understand the mistake we made. To me, this getting CJ McCollum was something we had to do. But when you
Yes.
look at it right now, we paying him too much money for what the hell he do.
Yeah, no
You
bullshit.
understand what I'm saying? He's not a star player. When you making the kind of jack he's making, dude, he's got to be better than that, man. And he ain't that guy.
He's the
So you're
third.
saying we need Trey
He
CJ?
looking like the fourth option right now.
No, but what
Okay.
it was, you know, you
So
get a
Trey
guy.
CJ.
What
Trey
CJ
CJ.
did, what CJ did was change the narrative on the hey man, you know, I'm gonna come down there. So you know, he's the player president. You know, all of that kind of stuff is good for us, right? But at the end of the day, we paying for to have that, but we paying too much, bro. He's making what 30-something million a year. He's
20.
tough
I think it's
no,
20, 25.
no, you got a
30.
30.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
30.
yeah.
It's
30, 33. 33.
His
33 and
retirement.
30.
Yeah,
It goes up
because
to
you heard him say
35 next year.
And it goes up to 35 next year.
You heard him say, I'm not an all-star, but I'm getting paid like one.
Oh, stop. I ain't hear that. Come on.
Yeah, he said
You
that.
ain't say
Yeah,
that
he
shit,
does take little pops. He said, "I'm
Well,
gonna get
Nah,
my
he
technically,
did
money.
he's
say
not an
that.
I do
all-star.
this because I love it. I'm paying guys." He say little shit about money.
Yeah, he say little stuff like
Do
Yeah,
that,
that.
man.
man.
But to me, he ain't giving you, man. If I'm paying that kind of coin in the league with a
33
salary
mil.
cap, dude, I need a dog, bro.
So he got to go, Moses. That's what you're saying.
I think in the all season you got to look into moving him.
What would you want to get back from
I
him?
What
agree.
you gonna
What you
get
think
for
we
him?
can
Oh,
get back?
Man, well,
Because he's not an
I
all-star.
mean, I hadn't thought about it like that, right? You know,
I'm
what
telling
okay.
y'all.
All
I'm
right.
telling y'all what I would do. Look,
Go ahead.
I'm looking at the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving. He,
Huh?
you know, he one day he want to be this, one day he want to be that. Even though I mess with Kyrie, but he unpredictable. If Kyrie leave in the offseason because they say he want to go play with LeBron, Luka, you know what I'm saying? It's kind
Luka
of like,
what?
dang,
Luka what?
Luka
You
might
gonna
want
get
he
Luka?
might want.
Dallas is
Look,
not about to let go of
Hey,
Luka.
living
I'm
that
calling Mark
beautiful
Cuban.
organization.
Mark
I'm
Cuban is
calling
not
Mark
about to let that
Cuban.
dude go.
I'm calling Mark Cuban. I'm saying, hey, look, I
Man,
give
he
you
gonna hang up
BI.
Mark
his
is
I give
not.
you
Mark is gonna
but
BI.
hang up
Luka
on you.
don't fit,
Guys,
man,
He's
give
gonna
because
me
he
hang up
balled
on
out
you.
last
Zion,
year.
Zion said he loved Dallas.
Hey,
He'll go to Dallas before Luka come here.
hey,
Nah,
Luka might
man,
want to
nah.
request a trade next year. I'm telling you, if
Nah,
Kyrie leave,
man, he
I
don't
will
give a
give
fuck
up
about that.
BI for Luka. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Man,
but
Luka ain't going nowhere, man.
Dallas,
They got a whole
Luka ain't going
franchise
nowhere.
built off of white guys, white
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah,
Like
Luka's their golden boy.
he's
They
not going
ain't letting
anywhere
him
ever.
go.
he ain't going nowhere.
That's their new Dirk Nowitzki, man. It's not gonna happen.
So if Kyrie leave, y'all think Luka gonna stay? He
Hell
lost
yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
He
he's
lost
gonna
Jalen. You
stay.
gotta think
He's
about
under
his head though.
contract.
Nah,
You
Luka not
gotta
that.
think about.
He loyal, bro. He
Yeah,
good.
he
They
loyal.
make
He loyal. What
he
make him
loyal.
No,
loyal?
he's under contract.
Nah, but
Bro,
he
He
could
can
force a
request a
trade
trade though. That don't mean nothing.
bro,
He under
because
what that mean?
that's a new age right now. They can force a
Right.
trade even when they under
he's
contract.
not gonna force no trade though. He don't give me that type of player that's gonna force a
That's
trade.
He
all
a
he can
They be
do.
superstar.
a
Like he
yellow
could.
player
When you
or a
Luka,
guy
you
from
could do
Europe
that.
that forced the trade.
Man, Dallas
He
is a nice spot.
Mark Cuban is going to
Man,
work
Luke,
his butt off to get pieces around
right? To
him
set
before
him
he
up
tries
good.
to
He's not
trade
But is
going
he
you.
gonna?
nowhere.
he
But
ain't
he
going
lost
nowhere.
Jalen Brunson though. If he lose
I mean, that's why
Kyrie,
they made
Well,
him
you
oh
hey,
wait,
you
I
had
think
to trade. You had to trade
Jalen
away a
had to
couple
get the
picks.
max.
You had to trade away a pick to get Kyrie. You had to trade away that dude. You had to trade away Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. Those are two
Yeah.
solid like role players. So
Okay.
if Kyrie leave, who Luka gonna play with?
Gonna make something
The
work.
same people he been playing, the same people he been making good the whole time. A bunch
Right
of nobodies.
to the
And
conference
that's it.
finals.
And that's
I
it.
think Luka want to win. I think Luka want to win,
He
bro.
has been winning.
That's all
Nah,
I'm saying.
all right. I don't care if he do
And
want to
then
win.
Luka had Chris. He had what's his name, Porzingis. Like he had a lot of failed
Well,
kind of
him and Porzingis
experiments.
didn't get along.
Yeah, Porzingis
Okay,
Him and Porzingis didn't get
that
along.
wasn't a great fit.
Nah, they
He's not going
argued a
okay. What
lot.
happened with and then they went to Jalen Brunson. It didn't work out because he
Oh
ended
no,
up
Jalen
leaving.
Brunson was going to stay there if they would have paid him the money, but they ain't had the money.
Well,
They
it
ain't
didn't
had the
work
money to
out.
pay
It didn't
him.
work out. That
Yeah,
was like their number 2 guy, and he was pretty good. DC know,
he
Big
still
U
is
know, because
pretty
y'all.
good. Like wasn't.
Right, he still is good, and they let him
Yeah.
go. I don't think
Yeah,
Luka was happy about
Jalen
that.
Brunson didn't want
We got to
to
get
leave
off that train. That's not happening. That's not
Yeah.
realistic.
All right, so
If,
give me another one.
give me another realistic
Okay,
one.
I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Eastern Conference.
No.
Let's go to the game that was just on. I don't know if y'all was watching. It was a good
The
game.
Boston.
The
Embiid.
I mean not the
What,
Celtics.
Jalen
The
Brown?
Embiid. You hit it on the
I was
head.
about to say Embiid.
He
Now
been
that's
on
a
the team.
possibility.
That's right, because he been on the team for like 6-7 years. They had Ben Simmons. They had that other coach. Now they got Doc Rivers. They got James Harden. If they don't win, there's reports James Harden might seriously go back to the Houston Rockets.
No, he's going. He's going to Houston.
Right. So
That's happening.
if he leave, Joel Embiid, he gonna want to leave. Trust the process. Like, how long you gonna trust the process for?
Man, I'm getting
They
off
had
this.
Jimmy Butler.
Y'all talking crazy.
You talk crazy.
Y'all talking crazy.
Bro, you don't think,
They're not
bro?
gonna let him leave.
Joel, this is a league. This is a superstar driven league. If they want to leave, they can leave. Come on,
that man ain't leaving no Philly
he
to
ain't
come to
he
no
ain't
New
leaving no
Orleans.
Philly.
we talking about
Philly's a big
Stop it,
market
man.
though, and he's
Yes.
embraced that fan base.
Yeah, I doubt if he leaving, bro.
So,
But
You talking about
so let me
CJ
just get
McCollum?
this straight. Huh? CJ
You talking about for CJ?
yeah,
I don't
who
know
are you
what it
talking
would
about?
take.
Bi or CJ? Or both? Are you saying both?
I'm just saying, go after Joel Embiid if he
With
wants
what?
How we
trade, because it's a
how we get
possibility.
him? Which person we giving
Whatever
up?
they want.
Oh,
You
Whatever
know
they
what? I
want.
wouldn't mind getting Mikal Bridges
That would
and
be Joel Embiid and Zion. Oh my goodness! Come
But
on.
if I'm giving you Joel Embiid, I want Zion.
Yeah,
right,
that's exactly what I would want. That's
Why
what I
would they
would.
want him though? Because they would want to rebuild because they don't have nobody else. If James Harden, they have Tyrese. They have what?
No,
If you
you
got
said
Joel Embiid, people are
Embiid.
gonna want to come play with Joel Embiid where he's
Yeah,
at.
people will play with him, especially if you went
I'm saying the Sixers.
the
Like, okay,
MVP.
if Joel Embiid leaves the Sixers, they're not gonna be like, okay, we want they're gonna be in a rebuilding stage. That's my whole point. They're not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna still be competitive. Like, they're gonna be rebuilding. They're gonna be like, just give us draft picks. Just give us
Like, I'm
draft
gonna
picks.
give away an asset like Joel.
No, you don't.
So what you
Yeah.
giving for Joel Embiid? What you giving up for Joel Embiid? I'm not giving away that kind of asset for nothing.
So we're gonna give him Valanciunas and
They would want a young
CJ.
player. They would want a young player.
I mean,
What young player?
player?
And they can have any young player. So now you saying, but
I'll give up 4 or 5 first-round picks. As many first-round picks, I'll give them. Man.
What's the young player?
Man. I'll give them Trey, Dice, Herb. Like, bro, I'm sending them all out, bro. For Joel Embiid, come on, bro.
You ain't gonna have nothing. But hey, man, listen.
How about Trey?
He the best center in the league. He's the best center in the league.
He's one of the top 5 players in the league, if not.
Yeah, I don't know about the best, but that's arguable. But that's
bro,
a
if
lot,
you got a
bro.
chance to get Joel Embiid, bro,
You
you
right.
go get it, bro.
You right,
You're not gonna have a chance.
you ain't got no chance. That's you gonna mess up the chemistry and talking all that.
And then that's the Eastern Conference too, so it's a different conference. So they would want to trade him to the West.
They not trading no Joel
They're not
Embiid to
trading
nobody.
Joel Embiid. Yeah, they not trading Joel Embiid. He just gave you
They
41
don't
and
have a
12 and
choice.
5.
They don't have a choice. If you want to request a
Well, nah,
trade,
if he
they
requests
don't
it.
really have a choice.
So you think he's gonna request a trade to New
trade.
Orleans? Man, ain't no way, man.
Oh, we're jumping in head deep. I think we will jump in that. But
we have to. You have to. You got JV
Everybody
right
would.
now. Come on.
But he gonna go what he want.
We got all the picks in the world. Why keep all these picks? You want to draft more?
Why would Joel Embiid want to come to New Orleans? Though is the question.
Yeah, that's
somebody arguing bad, bro.
Players
What
go where
about
they want to
trading
go when they
trading
ask for a
CJ
trade.
for Mikal Bridges and Seth Curry?
You ain't
They
gonna
not
have
trading.
none of that stuff
They
when you
gonna
trade
trade.
for
They gonna
Joel
trade like
Embiid.
that.
You got to give up one of your main guys and a lot of your young players. You're not just gonna trade and just get him. If we manage to keep Bi and Zion, you got to cut
right.
the whole
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I trade the whole farm system. You saying Dyson?
If you could keep Bi,
You gotta get rid of everybody.
Zion. Oh, now I trade that in a heartbeat. Yeah, I do it.
Yes, if you could keep Bi, Zion, come on, you got to do that. What?
Yeah.
Joel
I'm
Embiid?
not saying you don't, but I'm just saying you're saying you got this and you got that. I'm like, is that enough for Joel Embiid to want to
We
come
got
here?
enough,
Okay,
bro,
you got
for
Bi
Joel
and
Embiid,
Zion,
bro.
and then we got New Orleans and our excellent cuisine.
Well,
Like, why
we
would he want to come
That's
here? Is my
deep.
question.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's I don't realistically think he gonna come here, but we have the pieces to get anybody because we got the
Yeah.
money to match anybody, and we got the draft assets. We got to get anybody, but I don't know if people will take what we have. I don't know. I don't think people will take what we have unless you take him. Unless we trade in Bi.
Hey, would y'all want Trey Young?
That's a good one. He might
For
request a trade.
who?
But
I like
For
Trey.
CJ?
For CJ and some picks and
Yeah,
people.
hey
I would
man.
do it for CJ. For CJ, I'd definitely do it.
Hey,
And
he's not going
then
nowhere though.
He could
and then
pass
Trey
too.
Young.
He's
I
not.
probably
He's
want
not.
to take DeJounte Murray.
Exactly.
Before I
Yeah,
take Trey.
DeJounte Murray over him, but
DeJounte Murray, he's a bigger
Murray
body.
be nice. Murray would be nice too.
either one,
Hey,
He's
there's
it doesn't matter.
always
But
there's always gonna be a team
DeJounte
that's
Murray
going.
and Bi friends too, good friends.
There's always gonna be a team out there that's gonna have a star that's gonna request a trade. So there's gonna be some people we go after this offseason. And I'm just giving y'all some teams because y'all got to think about these players' mindsets. When I was saying about Luka and Jokic, Jokic, my bad. Joel Embiid, my bad. Joel Embiid. Just think about it, bro. He been on that team for a long time. They had Ben Simmons, didn't work out. Had brought Jimmy Butler in, didn't work out. If this James Harden stuff don't work out, like you got to think
it probably
about.
don't work out. But that's not a person you want to look at. Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard might be able because he's not making no playoffs. He regressing. He gonna get antsy. He gonna want to leave. You might look at Cat.
That's a good one too. Timberwolves.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
They might want to blow it up.
Big Cat.
Hey.
Yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns.
I'll give you another team.
My bad. Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns. Cat Williams. My bad.
Is Comedy Def Jam Town or something?
I don't know, but those
I'll give
are
you another team that might break it up. The Clippers. Hey,
nah,
they've been together for 4 or 5 years. They're supposed to be a championship team. If they don't make the championship this year, like, come on, bro. Hey.
It's a crapshoot this year. There's a lot of narrative that's going to be played. There's a lot of storylines that's going to be played. They're not going to break it up unless they get bounced in the first round. Unless they get bounced in the first round, they're not going to break it up. That's not happening. That's seriously not happening. Let me see. They're the 5th seed right now. Nah, they're not breaking it up.
The 5th seed, they would play the Mavericks right now.
No, they will play the Suns.
Look at the Warriors.
They will play the Suns right now.
5-4. Yeah,
oh my God! They get bounced in the first round. Oh goddamn!
Well, come on.
They better get down to that 6th seed. They better get down to that 6th seed. Play the Kings. They don't want to play no goddamn Suns in the first round.
The Warriors, the Mavs. Wait.
The Mavs are 6.
They might get a tough first round opponent. They might get a tough first because they kind of in that 5. They kind of in the 4 to 9 range.
The one team they don't want to play the first round is the Suns. They have played the Nuggets. I don't know how they match up with the Nuggets, but I think the Nuggets will give them problems. So I think they could. The Kings will be the matchup for them, but now us, who do we match up good with? That's what fuck all that. I'm talking about other teams. Who do Pelicans match up good with?
Well, first we gotta make it to that scenario. But if so, me personally, I would want to play the Kings, beat them out. If so, and go from there.
So we have to meet.
Hey DC, can
number
you put
6.
up the standings?
So yeah, the Nuggets
I
is.
can pull them up, but I can't put them on screen right now.
Nuggets number 1, Memphis 2, Kings 3, Suns 4, Clippers 5, Dallas 6, Golden State 7, Timberwolves 8, Utah 9. We number 10. We in the play-in. We'll play. I think the Timberwolves.
I think we match it well with the T Wolves.
Nah,
Wait, in the play-in?
The play-in?
Wait.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking about the
we would play
playoffs.
the Nuggets.
The playoffs. So we would play the Nuggets first, because
Nuggets,
then we would have to get in the 8th seed.
Yeah.
The Clippers, we seem to have the Clippers number. Even with Kawhi and what's his name? Paul George playing.
I say we play the Nuggets hard.
But you know what? They did get Plumlee though.
Guys,
they got
and
another
they got Russ too. You can't forget about Russ.
Oh yeah, Russ just went over there.
Yeah, Russ just went over there.
I say the
They
King
had one
and
of
the
the
Nuggets.
craziest
Bro,
games
the only
in
team
history the other night.
The only team it looked like we could beat, I gotta be honest,
The
the
Nuggets.
Kings, the Mavs. That's
The Nuggets.
I don't even know about the Mavs right now.
The Nuggets.
I think we
in the
could beat the
playoff
Mavs.
series. You talking about Kyrie and Luka? Just
Jay Black, but what you forgetting
but
though,
who gonna
the
guard
rest
his
of their
niggas?
team ain't, exactly immaculate. They lost a big piece with Darion Finney-Smith Jr.
I think they
defense, man, on the
they
perimeter.
went down as far as defensively.
I
so
think
it's
they
like,
1-3 in the last game. Let me see. No.
yeah, they having problems trying to figure that
No,
out
they
with
just
Luka
they
and Kyrie.
they just won their first game with Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah,
They
that's
won the
one. I
first
think
game.
they 1-3. Then that must be 1-3.
Yeah, you might be able to get them in the stage where they still trying to figure that out, and they'll put up some points. But I think we can beat Dallas, man. I also think we can beat Memphis. I already stated that.
Yeah,
Denver,
1-3
we
in the
match
last
up
4.
good with them. Phoenix, man. I mean, Phoenix is a problem for everybody. I'm obviously say we could beat Phoenix, but
But
they
one
got
thing,
KD. So
but
who
one thing
wants
I
to play
will
them?
say is like Bi and going up against KD, that's a
Oh, yeah.
cancellation right there. They cancel each other out.
Hell no, it ain't no
That's a
cancellation.
cancellation. Come on.
No, I'm just
we
no.
can't
I
say
mean,
that.
no.
What?
I mean, hey, KD's giving props to Bi every single time. He just did
Nah,
that
but
recently.
not
B.I.
a
play good
No,
cancellation though.
he ain't
every time he
canceling.
play
Come
him, man.
on, we
Nah, they ain't
can't say
They ain't canceling though.
KD is no. Like KD gonna cancel
I'm
everything.
I'm
Go
just
look
saying
at
the
the numbers
matchup
every
though.
time
I mean,
B.I. play
obviously that's
KD.
a good matchup. We're talking about a matchup, right?
Yeah,
That's a matchup we gonna
And then
lose. Come
I mean,
on,
you
we
got
gotta be honest.
Nah, they got
if we
DeAndre
playing
Ayton.
because they
Ayton.
still don't
Oh,
they
Aiden
still
gonna
don't
kill us. He
have
gonna kill JV.
they still don't have anyone
Man.
to guard Zion.
Chris Paul gonna kill JV in that pick and roll. Woo, just like he was doing last year. Get right to that
Yeah,
elbow.
I think
away.
I think
all
Ayton
the time. Too easy.
I think Ayton is the biggest problem that we face. Even though KD doesn't go crazy against us, but he do give us buckets. But it's relatively crazy. Ayton gives a major problem against Big V. A major problem. Because he could defend Chris Paul. And Booker usually don't have big games. He had one big game against us. That was the last one when he had this historic. I think I don't even know how many points he had against us.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
was 50 on us,
but
right?
yeah,
50 on us.
yeah. And we was up that most of that game until that happened. I would have to see how they work, but they look like that'll be bad. We ain't gonna beat them. We ain't beating the Phoenix Suns now. Not realistically. It still ain't that bad of a matchup. I would want to see us against them because I want to see us fully healthy, and then I could assess because we've never been fully healthy, so I can't really assess how
Well,
good
we
we
haven't
would
seen
be.
Phoenix at their full strength either because KD plays tomorrow.
Oh,
yes, yeah.
He's playing tomorrow.
On that.
It's March 1st. He said he ramping up from March 1st.
Oh, they changed it. That's it. I thought they said he was playing on Sunday.
Hold up. Let me see if they said something different.
I'm gonna be glued.
But I said they ramping up for
because he's getting close to coming back.
Yeah, they said it was gonna be. It's Yep, KD reportedly targeting March 1st for the Suns debut. Yeah, that was March 1st. So that's what he was saying. He targeted there for the debut.
So
but he only got to come back. Who the hell they play on March 1st? Let me see who they play. Oh, they play the Hornets. Oh, come on. I ain't know that. Who they play now? I don't give a fuck, man.
So
They
KD
play Milwaukee tonight.
So he not playing tonight.
Nah, he not playing tonight. Not based on whatever I'm seeing.
Right.
Unless he changed something, nah, he's not playing.
Yeah.
And Antetokounmpo might be out for that bicep.
He hurt his knee.
He did.
Yeah.
It was quad.
No, his hand.
I thought it was hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his wrist.
His wrist.
Strained his wrist.
Yeah. Hitting the backboard, right? Something like that.
I think he hit the padding on
he was still playing
the
though the
goal.
other night.
Yeah, he was still. He finished the game out, but he ain't play. What other night you saying he played?
Well, he played on All-Star Sunday.
He played against the Heat, but then he got hurt again.
Oh, he got hurt again during that game?
He played 6 minutes. He had 4 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. But when was that though? When was that?
He dodged a major ligament though.
It was the 24th. Yep, it was Friday. Yep, he got hurt again. And they saying quad.
Well, y'all go ahead on and make your final comments. I know
read my mind, DJ.
Y'all go ahead on it because I know some people got to get up for church and got to go to work and stuff like that. So y'all go ahead on and make your final comments. And I'm gonna set the Fred the page and we're gonna get up on out of there.
Somebody
Who want to
sleeping.
go first?
All right. Well, I'll go first. I think we're talking about the frustrations as the Pelicans. We had to make some type of change. I believe the change is playing a power forward. In essence, playing Dyson Daniels more, playing Kyra more, not holding on to this playoff unit. I just said the playoff unit, but I don't think that's our team. Our team is playing all the guys and see which guy is playing best and play them. Not just trusting in guys that did it previously if they're not given to you that night. So I think we look for some type of change because we gonna be full with this fool's goal about this winning at home. It's about winning on the road. Even if we play good at this home game, because this is gonna be a whole game. So I predict that we're gonna play good, but we got to make some type of change unless we're not looking to make the playoffs. That's mine. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Jay Black. Forgot YBG. Jay Black still here.
Yeah. So man, look, man, we got a game on Monday, and we're going against the Orlando Magic, who we don't match up against good. But regardless, man, we should get a win. We need a win. If we don't get a win, it's going to even prove my Willie Green theory even more true, that he needs to, his time is overdue. And yeah, man, so hopefully we can get it together, man. I'm trying to get us into the playoffs. I want to see Zion in the playoffs. I want to see us on prime time. I look forward to seeing us on prime time for 7 games in a row, all that stuff, man. So, man, I hope we can get it together, man. Go Pels.
All right. You up, Lexa? Give us some words of encouragement.
Yeah, man, we got to play like we want it. We got to play with more conviction, more energy, get off to better starts. And like Willie Green said, holding everybody accountable, but, really for him, because, he is the coach. I definitely would love for him to maximize, the strengths of, our personnel and have some plays, call some plays for these guys. Cause right now, like this stagnancy of in the offense is pretty bad. But at the end of the day, I mean, guys, everybody needs to look in the mirror and remember what they said at the beginning of the season. This team had high expectations, and are those high expectations are still intact in what we're trying to do? So, and if so, then they need to play like and act like it, because tonight was embarrassing, and we don't need another game like this. And we got minimal time, so Zion's out, but we can't hinge on that. The players that are playing right now are out there playing, so they need to bust their button and play for something, have some pride, something like So that's about it.
All right. Josh in his bag. What's in the bag, bro?
Well, I think Willie Green, he got to do something different. His message is getting old. He gotta do something different. Have another saying or something. He gotta fix the lineups. He's gonna have to give Jackson Hayes, Willie Herman Gomez he gotta give him more minutes. He's gonna have to give Dyson Daniels a lot more minutes. Dyson needs to start, in my opinion. I think he would fix a lot of the offensive problems and help the defense. And we gotta just hope and pray that man Zion don't have another setback. We gotta hope, because if that hamstring have another setback, it's not looking good for the season. But I'm hoping for the best. And that's all I gotta say. Appreciate you, DC. Appreciate Big Q. Appreciate y'all. Go Pels. I'll see y'all later.
Appreciate you too, brother. Go Pels.
Go
All
Pels.
right, Brandon, man, your last comment of the night, man. What you got? You still with us, Brandon? I guess Brandon up out of here. So, man, the Pels got a rough road, man, but we got a lot of games coming down the pipe where they're winnable games, and we actually play people that are ahead of us in the standings. So even though we dropped this one tonight, all is not lost, but everybody has the right mindset of looking towards making adjustments, and things need to change, because we can't keep going out there doing the same thing, expecting different results. That would make us insane, right? So, coach definitely does need to look at his adjustments. He needs to decide what starting unit he's going to go with, because obviously the starting units we've been playing haven't been working since Zion went down, honestly. Um, Me personally, I'm all for the Dice minutes. You can say Dice should start this or that. I just want to see him get some run with the starting unit, because I know Coach ain't gonna start him, but also he is coming off of an injury where he missed 11 games. I wouldn't want him to start lineup all of a sudden right now. But we also need to implement Kyra. Kyra proved a point tonight. I don't think it was a coincidence that Kyra went out there and hit 2 3-pointers. I believe he's trying to show the coach, look, we want to shoot more threes. And hey, man, you giving me threes like this while I'm open like they're doing these other guys. I can make these shots.
Yeah. See,
And I'm the fastest guy on the team. So you should definitely give Kyra some burn, man. I see his face and his mannerisms, and he looked like he's itching to play, man. I don't see a lot of smiling and joking with Kyra after the game or during the game. He wants to get out there and play and prove himself. And I like to see that guy get an opportunity. We got to bring in one of our bigs, whether that be giving Willie more minutes, who's been impactful. Every time we gave him minutes, all he does is produce. Coach might need to fix whatever he's got going on with Jackson Hayes. We might need him too. If Larry's walking out in the walking boot tonight, with possibly a high ankle sprain. So we got things going on. This game was ugly. Larry did get hurt, but family, this could be a blessing in disguise, because it may force our stubborn coach to do some things that he didn't necessarily want to do. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. And I'm going to let DJ say the phrase that pays. Go ahead and take us on out, brother. Y'all, please like the show, share, and subscribe. because sharing is caring.
It's
Right? I said
Cameron.
it right this time. But go ahead, DJ, and close us on out, man.
All right, I haven't did this in a while, but if anybody talk about our Pelicans, even though we injury prone, you tell them in a New Orleans Pelicans accent to get the flock out of here and go flock yourself. Ah, ah.
Oh. All right, family. Go Pels.
Go Pels.
Peace.